fuck do you mean it's not finished yet?
And the next session, you give him magical armor.
That's when you send a pipe bomb to your DM's house.
Just grab a fistful of salt and really
Actually,
dig
you
it
know
in
better.
there.
What is the one that corrodes armor? Is it the rust monsters?
Yeah.
You
Immediately put them up against a bunch of those.
if you even think the word rust monster, I'm gonna shit my pants.
Rust monsters are kind of sick.
I just wish that they were a little more used and were a little more useful.
Well, see, this is why what you do is you just take rust monsters like idea and then just put them on other like monstrosities. I think I've reached that point in DMing where I'm like, Eldritch horrors sound kind of cool. I feel like every DM has to reach that stage.
Just thinking about it, you could put on a mimic.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
The chest sticks to you. It then melts your armor and the weapon you just swung at it. And now it's eating you.
It eats your shit on like a molecular level.
I'm gonna make a.
God, what if you trigger it on the monk? So you stick to it, and it. Yep, you stick to it.
Yeah. In some ways, I still like the mimic from the Boxy books, where they can learn to a certain extent. Boxy, for instance, at least I guess when he was still a mimic, because he's no longer a mimic anymore, is what is his favorite form? A spider chest. So he looks like a chest, except he has 8 spider legs, and 3 tentacles with swords.
Thanks, I hate it.
Yeah. So did all the people that died from it. Which I think is somewhere in the 10,000s now. Though, to be fair, most of those were as the result of a god being pissy about losing his dungeon core and accidentally unleashing it as a nuke.
That'll kill you.
Yeah, especially when you roll it right into the middle of a city.
That'll kill you.
Yep. The Lord of Probability decided to freaking piss off Boxy, who just really, really wanted the shiny. Because dungeon cores are these big glowing crystal things. And mimics being mimics really like gold and whatnot. So he tries to take it out. He starts filling it with mana. It gets super overcharged. They somehow make it out of the dungeon alive, and then he sends his 2 demon companions to go bring it to the nearest city, because that sounds fun.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a book series that I've listened through 4 of, I think, at this point.
Oh, also my mic was muted. So when I was asking questions and then you'd say something, I thought you were trying to answer the question, and then I was like, how is this an answer? And I would just keep getting more lost.
Yeah, no, I could not hear you since your mic was muted.
Well,
Yeah, that's typically how that works.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Happens to Theo. It's really common.
Jeez, I didn't even know Theo had joined the Discord. Theo?
What's up?
That Snapchat might be a goat Snapchat. Holy moly. That shit had me greatest of all time. That shit is fucking amazing. It killed me.
I'm just sad that the phone doesn't have like a higher resolution.
I know, it's even better because he's like glowing. Here, can I post it in the general chat in this server?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I took a screenshot of it because it had me fucking rolling. He just sends me this no context. Oh, I'm fucking dead.
Yeah?
It's so good.
The fuck?
No, it just caught me off guard.
Implying frogs ever feel anything other than anger.
Oh god, it killed me.
Lenore is such a bitter person.
That's why the French are so bitter. Spiteful little fuckers.
It's surprisingly hard to find things that are the right color.
That's why
Yeah.
all except for one race of frog people in D&D is just like murderous killing machines.
I don't know. I wouldn't call bullywugs murderous killing machines. They try.
Murderous.
They
at
try
least.
to be murderous killing machines. They only get the murderous part, though. They're almost there. Now, the frogs they bring with them, those are significantly better killing machines. Mostly because they're freaking monstrous creatures that can swallow. And they're really not that big. All right. Well, as I've told people as they're coming in, dungeon's supposed to be longer. It's not as long. Sad, but true. So,
Actually, you should have just lied and said that you stretched the dungeon out. With more content.
so are we all set to
That
go?
just fucking a lie.
I have a question.
Sure.
What does this extra resource count, and why is that 4 out of 20? Because I approve.
If you make that number higher or lower, honestly, it will change the number of extra resources you have.
Oh.
So, for instance, now you have.
Oh, that's cool.
That's how bravery.
Wow.
Back to 4. I like it being 4 out of 20.
How come I can't have 6 out of 9? I feel cheated.
Yeah, I know, a little tragic.
You and Lumpy have it as 4 out of 20. The other two only have 3 out of 20.
Wait, what's Lumpy's fourth or third thing?
I don't know. Guess he added something else.
It's a second bravery.
Well, I can go
Yeah.
spy on Lumpy's thing.
It literally is second bravery.
No. Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, damn, I didn't expect him to have something. My third thing is just my fighting spirit. I know he's got the other 2 fighter things, but
Johnny Bravo is the bravest
What's
man in this
resource
seat.
count 3 out of 20?
we just went over this.
I was zoned out.
Lumpy,
Yeah.
you fucking
It
idiot.
allows you to
Lumpy,
add more
make it
resources
bigger.
to work with.
Johnny Bravo.
So this is counting how many resources I have?
If you change the number, then you can get more resources.
Ah.
I only added the extra one for bravery.
Come
if you have
level
anything
9.
else to stick in, go ahead and stick it.
Come level 9, I'm gonna need another one for Indomitable.
Yeah.
I feel like I need something else right now anyway.
What else did I even add? I have some maps. I have the ability to have tokens be pick upable. So like I can actually put something on the map, and you guys are apparently able to walk over and pick it up, which is kind of neat.
Oh,
I added a thing called polyglot, which if I write anyway, then you can only understand it if you have the language. Though I don't know if that works correctly.
That's kind of neat.
But let's see.
Why does it say Mo? Did I click Mo?
No.
Now it says Johnny.
Says
I have
you
no
shouldn't be able to understand this for the second one.
So yeah, it's not working currently. Most likely because the languages aren't set up correctly. Which means I will fix that, but it is fine. I shall have to mess with it.
For whatever reason, Lumpy and I seem to have identity issues.
Yeah, can you click
Yeah,
on
yeah.
my token and talk as me?
Oh, maybe is that?
Because when I click on Mo and then type, I type as Mo.
Oh, that is not what I expected the pop out to be.
Wait, That's
So
weird.
it's just
'cause,
it just opened a new tab.
yeah. Which honestly, I find that better than the weird little window pop out thing. But
No, I love the window pop out.
um,
But honestly, this one I don't need to pop it out because I don't have my character sheet open. I just leave it. It's like because you can double click it and it minimizes.
Yep. You know you can do that in Roll20 too, right?
Yeah, but I can pop it out in Roll20. So
Yeah.
I'm just used to that at this point.
Well, now you can do it here. So
Yeah.
it's so I can't do this with any other person. It's just lumpy.
Two of our party members are being swapped bodies constantly. Fuck.
Oh wait, I want to test
Send
something.
I
help.
don't know why. I mean, yeah, your characters are set to the same thing.
Oh, that is not understandable at all.
Oh, let's go. I can speak in the languages people don't understand and no one can see. I don't know. Theo might have been able to understand that one.
Huh.
I like this a lot.
I can't understand that one, by the way. I speak only two languages.
Oh, and I can
Wait, Theo, what
translate it.
languages do you speak?
Dog.
Ooh,
And dog.
that's neat.
Is that in a different language?
I
Not
don't
for
know.
me.
Yeah. Well, obviously not for you.
Well, the
You-
thing is, your guys's were.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, okay. So I typed in the. I'm assuming Lumpy probably typed in one of the actual languages. I typed in the custom language.
Yep.
So it probably just doesn't understand it. Hides it from the
Curious that
DM.
mine doesn't do it though. Considering I put in giant and it went, and all of you guys could understand it fine. Okay, let's try something else.
I'm very fluent in Giant.
Yeah. Giant is the common of players.
I'm very fluent in that as well.
Curious.
Wait, you speak common?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Huh. Well, that's good
He's
to
a
know.
threat.
This is a threat.
I'll have to mess with that and see if I can't get it to work for me too, because that would be.
That's gonna be the one thing I know how to
Useful.
say in Goblin. This is a threat.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Mm-hmm.
You betcha. You'll bet your bottom dollar.
It's even outlined in orange.
Yep.
And for what else did I add? I added music. Speaking of which,
What if you're trying to speak as someone other than GM? That is very loud. So
yeah. See, I have no idea. I just have mine, and mine is always at what 30% right now for my main volume.
Sounds like you're the captain of this team.
Yeah.
So flying,
It wasn't so bad for me, but
Let's see.
mine wasn't. It wasn't like blow your eardrums out loud or anything like that. It was just like, yeah, I can no longer hear what people are saying.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Wait, what happened?
No, I just turned it down myself on my end.
All right.
Should be
Huh?
fine now.
I just wanted to be in the background, so I don't need it to be.
I like how Peyton's like something's blown his eardrums out, and I have no idea what he's talking about.
Yeah. There should be music playing, but I don't know if you can hear it.
I can.
I'm guessing no.
I can hear it.
I had to turn it up to hear it. Dude,
I
what
think
is
it's
this
just
fucking?
dealing with-
Is this fucking Risk of Rain music?
As for the
part of
speaking
a pack,
and
so-
us not understanding it, what if you try and speak as a person?
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
Because since you're speaking as game master, it might be like, yeah, he's speaking as the
Yeah.
game master. The players have to understand this.
That's a good fit.
Or I could be fucking stupid. Let's see.
Dude, yeah, one thing I've noticed, by the way, so if you have your token selected, it doesn't see things.
Yeah.
But if you like draw a box and you don't, it just like reveals places you can't see. Kind of.
Okay, yeah. So everyone that can't understand Elvish shouldn't have been able to understand what Neo said.
I can understand Elvish, so I
This
see
is
it.
me.
I cannot.
Oh,
Good.
No.
Problem
My
My
solved.
brain's too big, dude.
Good job, Mitchell. You figured it out.
Yeah. You did
I
it, Mitchell.
figured it out.
What a hero.
Yes.
You can't understand.
Yeah, give us all the information we need in the language that everyone but Theo can understand, please.
Never give us any information in a language that anyone can understand. Everything's given in primordial.
Exactly. That's the point.
Give everything in a language we aren't allowed to have. Demon.
I mean that would have some uses. But... Sorry,
Music is kind of spacey.
Yeah. I'm just going to copy what Theo has, by the way, Jake, so you guys share the same language, so you guys can speak that between each other, and of course the others that would be able to speak that, because you had different spellings, and I have a weird feeling that would cause it to suffer from some issues.
Let's see if it works now. Oh, wait, mine hasn't updated in the chat box yet. Let me try it. Let's see if it works anyway. Yeah, I can't understand that right now.
I wonder if it's because it's a
Here, what I'm gonna do is
language.
I'm gonna full delete it, and I'm gonna re-add it to see if this works. Just make sure it's like that, Yuan, pretty much.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna restart. And then we will see if it updates for me, because maybe it's just like client side or some bullshit like that.
It's very possible.
Hey, look at that, it says Yuan now. Alright, now let's see. Hello, fellow dog people. Do you understand that? Oh my god. Theo can't understand it.
Whoops. I'm sorry. I do not understand that. However, when I refreshed and joined in, my languages were Common Orc until I clicked on Mo.
Well, because my languages are Common Orc.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Lumpy, can you understand it?
Alright
No.
then.
I'm gonna refresh again. Let's see. God damn it.
Alright.
I'm not lumpy.
You guys have some real issues.
Here. This is what we're doing. I'm just going to set it to owner only for you guys and see if that sorts it.
I can't speak that.
I mean, you could just have it to where,
That was me
in
speaking.
terms of, yeah.
I'm
I
just
can
I'm just
understand
seeing if
now.
that. Yeah, I'm just seeing if that works.
I understood that one.
That's what I said the first time.
Like every time I try and select a Mo and do anything,
I mean, how come now I can select a Mo?
Can I select Mo?
What?
I can't
No.
select Mo.
Oh, wait, no, I can't select a Mo, but I can see them in my sheet.
Well, you've always been able to see them
here.
there.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no,
Yeah.
I can't see him there anymore, actually.
Yeah, I just shut it. I
Well,
just
yeah,
shut that particular thing off. So you should all now only be able to see your own sheets.
Well, see,
Yeah.
look, see in the players tab in the bottom left? It says Lumpy, Johnny, Mo, Theo, Mo, Johnny.
I know, I don't understand why, but I mean, it's fine. It works, I suppose, for now. Don't know why the heck it's doing that, since it shouldn't be doing that.
You and I are body snatchers.
Yeah, especially because I've taken away your ability to even see other characters, so you shouldn't be able to even.
Selected character. Okay. Alright, so in hold on a second. Lumpy. On the on the left hand side, you see your name. Right click your name and click player configuration. And for whatever reason, I have Johnny Vanguard as my select character.
I have Mo.
I'm
Yo,
gonna
so
There
it's
you
just you. So it's just
I
you
click
guys being
release
idiots.
Character. Character select Johnny Vanguard. Save
Oh my
configuration.
god.
There we go.
Jesus.
Why was that
They're just
selected?
so- they're just
selected
idiots.
Lumpy's character.
I
They're
It
just
probably
never-
just did it at some point when you guys were looking at each other, and so it just messed it up somehow. I'm not surprised.
You've been peeking.
I know
This
I
whole
have
fucking-
the right
This whole
character.
fucking time, the problem was just because they had the wrong goddamn character selected.
Hey, if it's not freaking user error, then what else can it be?
It's always user error.
I
It's
have a
always
weird question,
user
by the way. How come in the PCs area I can see Mike? Oh, you adding them back one at a time? Is that what's up?
I literally have no other option. I can only add them back one at a time. There's no mass.
I thought it was just a button that you could like
Noob,
turn
Mitchell,
on /
noob.
off.
Noob.
Alright.
Just kidding.
Johnny Vanguard dies this session.
The world rejoices.
Yeah, it turns out all of a sudden that dungeon gets extended again.
My
Johnny
passing will be a
Vanguard dies
celebration.
like a dog.
My passing will be a celebration you'll remember for generations.
And I'll be the centerpiece, living on forever.
I am
Indeed.
the keystone.
You take me out, it all falls apart. No, stop taking me out. You can't do that.
Don't burn the body.
I will say, out of our party, I think I'm the most likely to die.
You know, you say that, but
Kind of.
No, see, the thing
Like
is, you're at
important
least backline. I leg it into the front line and have no AC and not really that much health. I have perfectly average health.
that's fair. The
Oh.
thing I've got going for me is low health and incredible amounts of stupidity.
And also, I need once we get back to being in the dungeon, I'm gonna have to make a point like, hey, remember, no healing.
So, are we all set to go?
Just
Now
now
that
record.
we've sorted out that nonsense.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
ready.
Rip it.
So,
So wait, can Jake type in dog and speak
Oh.
and he understand it?
Let's see if you can understand it.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you could have it to where you just like set it to where you both know Noel and you speak
yeah,
in
just
that.
just
in that.
speak Knoll. That works. I mean, it's technically Knowlish anyway. so
Yeah.
It's just annoying that I can't add new languages. That seems.
I am gonna
So-
keep the new language like in there alongside null, just so you can know at a glance. Oh, he knows Kaninuan.
And the language that doesn't exist.
I'm wondering if it's just misspelled and that's why it's not working. It's fine. Whatever. I'll sort it out at some point.
How I have it spelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. You're just still typing in. Yeah. So, as helpful as it is, Jake won't be able to read that.
Yeah, could you say how you spelled it in common, please?
All right. Try one more time, and then we're gonna just get started.
Anything?
I can't
Yeah.
read what either of you guys are saying.
Ah, don't worry. He can't read my stuff, and I can't read his.
Can you read this stuff?
No.
Hell yeah.
What language is that?
Huh. It seems to not be saving, which is odd.
I've now added null to my list of languages.
Yeah,
Just when you're using that to speak in that language, just go ahead and write null.
Actually, Mitchell, I've got a better idea.
Hmm.
Could you just make a whole alphabet for Kaninu, and we'll just speak in common, but use those letters?
No.
It'd be kind of sick.
It would. I'm not doing it.
All right, boys, boot up the old Enigma machine.
I low key want to memorize like all of like the Draconic alphabet or whatever, because there's like a full A through Z of it.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I want to like memorize the full thing and then just start writing notes in that, like in class. Hey man, can I borrow? Can I borrow your notes? Yeah, sure. The fuck is this? Oh, it's in Draconic.
Well, when Theo types arf arf, it's not the same symbols over and over again.
Well, yeah.
So I think
it's just random symbols. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's probably just picking randomly.
All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. You should know the bathroom is illegal in Mitchell campaigns.
Time to continue listening to the Davy Jones theme. Johnny fucking Vanguard.
Yeah, I just scribbled down all those names for moons this morning, like minutes before I had to walk into work. Except, of course, for the Kirsten doll, because I wanted to have a name that stood out a little more from the rest, as they are. I mean, the rest of the moons are just kind of there.
Hmm.
And they have an effect. It's not like they're just nothing, but their effect of +1 to spell DCs of this kind is quite minor in comparison to the other two, which have much stronger effects. Apparently, this music is "Let the Dungeon Begin." By the way, this is titled.
Nothing says dungeon like spaceship sci-fi music.
Yeah.
It's literally
I don't know
like Risk
why.
of Rain music.
I know. It probably is Risk of Rain music, to be honest.
And we're back.
You know what it is, Theo? It's either Risk of Rain music or AI war music.
That would be pretty good.
Sounds like Space RuneScape. Is it Terraria?
No, I don't know where this is from. It's from. Well, I know where it's from for this, but I don't know where it came from originally. Just curious. What else do they even have?
Oh, Theo, I mentioned AI war. You know what that means.
Remind me, it's a game that exists.
The alarms. The 8-minute long song that only like the first 2 minutes of our nuts.
Then it like turns back into fairly normal AI war music, but it's
Yeah,
like,
but for some
just like
for some
out of the
reason.
blue.
It goes nuts. The alarm blaring.
I'll have to figure that out later. So, are we all set to go then?
I am.
Good to go.
I'm ready.
All right.
I even hit record earlier.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
And then instantly after, Lumpy went to go to the bathroom for 8 minutes.
Took a big shit. Got a problem with that?
Yes.
So,
Next time I'm looking for a toilet, I'll keep you in mind.
Oh, really? Actually, we should start with the introduction.
Ah.
Uh,
Alright, we got the introduction over with.
Yep. So, your first time in the opening Griffin's Tavern. You don't really remember ever being here or ever coming here. And there's no rooms, so, I mean, it's not like you could stay here, but you at least do recognize the Thalian captain, and of course, Mio, who seemed perfectly at home. In this
Was
bizarre-
it you, Mio?
Me? What?
Trying to set you up for it was me, Mio.
I'd like to shoot a party member. Do I get advantage for a surprise?
Roll the
Thought
hit,
it was-
coward.
You thought it was the BBG, but it was me, Mio. Ah!
I'd like to shoot 2 party members.
You can only shoot one a turn for now, so.
Did you put the
My sheer
The-
rage gives me a second extra attack.
Did you put the Y bend on the end of your gun so you can shoot 2 people?
No, it's just a
Ooh.
shotgun. It's
No,
a
he
shotgun
just-
with a duck bill.
He just duct taped a knife in front of the barrel.
Right. Cut the bullet in half as it comes out.
Mhm.
What I did is I put a divider down the barrel.
Yeah.
2 very small bullets.
Barkeep, tells you that he is, in fact, the barkeep of this.
Yeah.
The
He doesn't
barkeep
give a
tells
name.
you that he is in fact the barkeep.
Yeah.
Hello.
Why are you standing
You might
behind
be
the bar?
confused because I'm behind this counter, but I work here.
No.
You might be confused because I'm behind this counter and serving drinks and making food. But I'm the barkeep.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, those are all barkeep things. Why did I be confused? You know,
Alright,
because I'm the
barkeep.
barkeep.
2 of
So-
your finest ales.
He welcomes you to the opening Griffin's Tavern. Then, slides you guys all a nail at some point along the bar or just kind of out away from the bar.
He just hums it into the main area.
I mean, he does.
me a
It's just
drink,
it slides through the
bartender.
air and just perfectly fine to whoever it's aimed
Is
at.
this where we're starting this week?
I mean, this is the start, and then we're going to actually go into the actual.
Yeah, he just forgot to do the introduction last week.
Yeah.
Gotcha,
Well,
gotcha.
This is the real introduction. But
So this is in the past.
Yeah.
When
This
we're
is
all
a-
feeling
kind
good.
of.
Yeah, this
Future
is
past.
This
Well-
is kind of out of sync, I suppose.
Like the
This-
80s movie flashback, like, oh, when I met
Yeah.
you, I never knew it would end here.
We started the movie with the record scratch
See,
freeze frame.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually
This
a
is me.
'90s movie flash forward because we don't remember ever being here before.
It's me being on
Like
the
the
fucking
start of
ground
the-
getting my
like the start
ass
of the
beat. You're
Sonic
probably
movie.
wondering how I got in this position.
Look at him.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
me.
for-
You're
for
wondering how I
Payman,
got here. Well, to answer that, we'd
Payman,
have to
yeah.
go all the way back.
It's a little bit like the old man's house, but without any additional stuff. This is just here as an introduction to remind you of who's here, perhaps some of the characters for the session and whatnot. It's not anything else. There is no greater world or anything beyond the tavern. So
You exist in an island of tavern
we
in a
can
black
look
sea of
outside.
nothing.
Look at this shit. We got this, and the rest is just gone,
yeah, exactly.
reduced to atoms.
All right, no, for
So,
real.
well, yeah, you guys know the captain. You know Mio. And there is another person sitting in the corner of the bar, but he is the cloaked man, so you don't know what he looks like.
Oh no.
Looks like a cloaked man.
Exactly. So
He's got his own business. I'm not gonna bug him.
He's
were
the primary antagonist for right now.
no, he is the current antag. He's working on the VBG part. Not there yet. So when we were last here, you guys had just finished putting down the hobgoblin captain. I think he's a captain, warlord, something like that. And I believe we're going to take a quick breather to try and put yourselves a little back together.
That sounds correct. to me.
Yeah. Oyako for sure needs one of those. Actually, to pull up fighter, see what shit comes back on a short rest.
I need to do some hit die.
Yep.
What did I get as Ranger? D10.
Ah, jeez.
Well,
Yeah, it's
I
Spirit
believe
comes,
you just
only comes
maybe
back
if
in a
you
long
throw
rest.
the short-
please.
oh yeah, if you just hit the short rest button, then you can
That's short
actually
rest.
Oh.
on the hit
Well,
die.
good news, I'm back.
Oh, action surge comes back too. Let's fucking go.
Wish I could have gotten that when I was rolling for my health.
Was there a
Unfortunately,
hit die button?
if you hit
Dang it, my
the
comment period.
next to the hit points, you just go ahead and hit the short rest button, and it will pop up another thing and said take a short rest, and you can pick how many dice to roll.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
I'm gonna roll D10.
Mo takes short rest. I'm
It
gonna
was
say in this
eventful
case,
short rest.
I mean, I'm sure I can roll these one at a time. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to force you to roll all three at once.
Oh, I can roll crit damage. Oh, it auto adds it to my health too. Nice.
That's good to know.
You're like your rest crits. You're like, oh, I heal so much.
Oh, now I'm only missing 2 HP.
Such
That's
a good nap.
Second wind gets its charge back. Action surge gets its charge back. Fighting spirit only refreshes on long rests. X fucking D.
Yeah, I actually don't get my healing back because that requires an hour of me doing nothing but collecting fucking herbs.
That's
And I don't
good.
see any goddamn herbs down here.
That means
No,
I've got
unfortunately it lacks those.
26 hit points, and that's it.
Only
Fuck.
26. Are you not going to heal, Theo? Or are you trying
Oh,
to
I
figure
didn't
out?
even realize I'd lost
Yeah.
HP.
I
That's it.
your
Do you take damage? I don't remember
character's
taking damage.
recorded
Yeah,
as
it looks-
13 HP, but did you take a hit? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember you taking a hit, but
But I lost health, which implies to me that I did at some point.
I'm guessing maybe you got shot by goblins in the first battle phase or something. I don't remember. You got stabbed at least once.
Yeah, someone.
Because I
made
think,
me
yeah,
move.
the goblin, one of the goblins, I think, snuck past and stabbed you or something. Regardless, yeah. I'm guessing you took the hit points away for some reason, even though I can't remember you getting stabbed or shot.
Mhm.
It would have been worse, but luckily he plugged the hole with the knife. Stopped the bleeding. It was good.
Yes.
So I'm going to say this is considering I can pick how long you guys are short resting. It's just a breather. You guys are taking just 5-minute break effectively and letting the people who are running up towards you guys catch up. Speaking of said people, at the end of your little rest, apparently the boots took a little longer to get there. Most likely because there's the pit in the way, and the small pile of caltrops you guys pushed to the side.
Yeah. It's a cave, so we would have heard him earlier anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So, yep. They, 4 people run around the corner, led by their captain, a pair of the Veils, and Mio. Who looks at you guys resting and all of a sudden has a very, very sour expression. I missed something
Well, we
important.
can't be funny all the time. Shot Big Man a few times. Shrug.
I wouldn't exactly call it important.
Don't want to miss anything important. Don't look away from me.
So
He did not really do much in the fight except for be swung at. He was great at that though. Real top
Hero,
shelf work.
a hero knows when to let his teammates shine.
Yep. She pulls out a small parchment and scribbles something down. So the captain
Does it
looks
look
over
like
at me.
Does it look like she's writing a hero knows when to let his teammates shine?
Does Johnny
how
Vanguard
good are
know how
you?
to write?
How good are you at reading
Read.
backwards, writing on the other side of a
Jesus.
parchment?
Can I make a check of some kind?
I guess perception? Yeah, no, you're not sure.
Oh my god, it certainly does look like that. Let's go.
It's not that low. So,
They know my greatest strengths.
Yep.
And none of my weaknesses, because I have none.
Yes, the captain and his 2 Veils go and kind of look around. And after Mio kind of having her say, he speaks up after that and asks if you guys are the ones that put this guy down and what exactly the deal with the stairs is.
Well, we saw the cloaked guy going down the stairs, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll
Yeah.
just sort of. We defeated this one, and we saw a cloaked figure descend down those stairs.
Any more features? Just cloaked figure?
I mean, we didn't notice any other features, right?
Nah, his cloak was all the way up over his head, so you couldn't even he was all that, and he was facing away from you. So
Yeah. I will say as much to
Yeah,
them.
he was running away.
I mean, he was vaguely human-sized and seemed to be vaguely human-shaped, so he wasn't like a dwarf or something or a giant.
Yeah,
we got 2 features. Human shaped, running away. There's your 2 features.
We heard he said something about a moon at some point, if I remember correctly.
I mean, they were discussing something through the door, and you picked up the word moon, but
Yeah.
you didn't catch the rest of the context, unfortunately.
I thought I heard hold them off and moon. And that was all I heard.
Yeah, that's basically what you heard.
So I'll
Those 2
sort of,
things.
I will relay that we heard that.
One of the
Didn't
goblins had
catch any
magic.
other of the context. I apologize.
He just kind of rubs his chin. Well, it seems that our work isn't done, then. We have to push on into their whatever the stairs lead into. I wish I could bring the rest of my forces, but unfortunately, something has happened outside, so they needed to pile into the cave and hold down the front door.
What has happened?
Let's just say the moon's decided to have a light switch tonight. Unfortunate green switch.
Oyako's face will notably scrunch up and not look happy about that one.
Mine too.
Slow frown.
Yeah. In particular, by the
Don't like
way,
that.
the 2 guys that are with him is the man who you were chatting with last time that kind of older guy, and just kind of one of the younger members that none of you can really remember all that well. He was one of the outer guards, but he kind of stuck away from the rest of the group.
Yeah, all right. He's a fucking doppelganger. We get it.
So, in particular, at this point, they will introduce themselves. The older man is named Baron, and
Baron.
the younger one is named Carter.
Baron and Carter. I should probably open up my Google Docs so I have my notes, huh?
Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
You're right. I just should.
Bingo.
Unfortunately, I don't think I actually can give you guys like journals for this. You'd have to do it in the biography section, which is kind of annoying.
Just Carter and what was the other one?
Yarub. Yarub.
Baron is his name.
Yarub.
Alright. Because I heard Yarb, I was like, no. No.
That is what I heard. Now I feel embarrassed.
How the hell did you hear Yarub? What's
You
even
know.
close?
Baron. Yarb. Huh? What the fuck?
It was so
Huh?
bad.
What?
I just assumed that I had misheard, like you were just doing something like backwards or something. That's like a joke.
No.
I assumed you were just doing a bit. I just also assumed
Like,
it wasn't gonna be funny, so I wasn't going to entertain it.
Yeah, that's the two names.
Like Yanni and
Bollock.
Laurel. It was one of those.
No. No, it isn't.
It's the same. You guys heard Yarub? Well, I said Vara. You guys, guys, you see, anyone can fall for it.
Yeah,
God,
shut up, idiot.
He's dying.
Shut up, Johnny.
He
No
even
one
said the
cares.
dude's name wrong in his hypothetical scenario. So I'll sort of, I guess I'll just gesture to the stairs.
Mhm.
Should we head onwards then? I'm feeling much better.
If you're all rested, I don't see why not.
My wounds are stitched back up. Time to kill.
It took 5 minutes, but I'm actually feeling like pretty much completely normal again.
Took like 5 minutes, but I can blast my
entirely.
big damage moves.
You do still have that the nagging pain still, because you do still have a
Of
wound.
course.
You aren't completely back to fighting shape, but you are pretty close. So,
I will light a torch though.
all right.
Start to head down the stairs, I suppose.
I've got my fucking damage race moves back.
I mean, the moment you guys kind of turn to head in that direction, the captain and his pair will start heading in that direction. Mio will just kind of walk up to you guys and follow behind your little group. So, stairs lead downward, but you don't see a landing. And unfortunately, they're not really all that well lit. Though you could have sworn that you saw a green light in them before, so that's weird. You don't see any sconces, any torch sconces, or even burnt out torches. They're
I
just-
will light a torch.
I have one lit right now, so presumably
Torch.
right now we have 2.
Yep.
It's kind of neat.
I can place a measured template somewhere. Look at that. I placed a torch behind the barkeep.
That does not look like a 20-foot radius. That is a 40-foot radius.
Yeah, because
Oh, because it's 20. It doesn't mark the difference between
dim
bright and dim.
and
I see.
yeah.
Unlike the torches in here, which do.
Oh, Lumpy put down the stupid torches. Mitchell has the smart ones.
No, because I set up these lights myself. The lights I'm guessing work differently from the.
I can't believe Mitchell got the smart torches.
God, Lumpy has the stupid
Smart
torches. Mitchell has the eye torches.
Someone sold
thinking
me
about that.
second-rate torches. I see. Oh, what the fuck? Get out of here! I don't want to.
You're a third-rate duelist with a fourth-rate torch.
Everything about Janny is second rate.
So, yep.
Except his
Fuck you
armor,
say to me?
apparently.
You guys
Hmm?
walk down the stairs,
Yeah, that's
which,
fair. Except for
as
the
I
fence.
said, were very obviously like carved. These are old, actually man-made stairs, not just part of the cave naturally.
Oh, these are so good. They must have been made by men.
So, the stairs lead down and down and down and down. Feels like you walk for like a good 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden you come out into a large room. Well, large room. Only about as big as the room that you left.
Mhm.
So,
Any
out.
notable features in here that we can see?
I mean, there's a dead goblin in the middle of the floor and some columns holding the roof up. But other than that,
I mean, that's
A dead
unusual.
goblin. A good day.
there's also a about 15-foot wide hallway on the opposite side of the room, and one that leads off to the left as well, in kind of the bottom left corner.
We don't want the person to get away. Should we split up?
That sounds like the start of a bad joke.
I don't mean like our group. I'll start gesture. Like the Veil
Yeah.
people followed us, right?
And Mio, but Mio's
Yeah,
not going to split up from you guys.
Yeah. So
So
let's assume
yeah, the Veils will nod, and the captain will also add in his 2 cents. That sounds like a good idea. Since you guys are leading, they'll leave the decision on where you guys are headed up to you, and they'll take the opposite path.
Think we should send them to like secure the exit.
the exit where we came from.
Well, no, like the forward area, because I'm assuming that's going to be the way out.
This or not. That works for me. We can
Oh,
handle
that that could very well be a incorrect assessment. My thought about this place is it was like an escape tunnel, but then again, I could be entirely off base.
the sort of.
I mean, if it's an escape tunnel, the people who built it, they built a really big room for no goddamn reason.
Yeah.
This
That's
looks
fair.
more rune temple-y to you.
I'm walking over to the dead goblin. How does it look like he was killed?
I mean, it looks like he's been stabbed several times. At least several times.
Seemingly at random?
Good.
Or ritualistic in some way?
Definitely not ritualistic, more anger, it looks like. Like it has a good 3 or 4 stabs through the chest and then a long cut through his neck.
Can I?
If you were to
Check
guess,
for
he
tracks.
probably did the first one with the neck and then wasn't satisfied. The blood, by the way, from the goblin, as there is a little bit of a trail, leads off toward the doorway on the opposite side.
Okay.
All right. Can I check for like any other traps real fast? Or tracks?
Yeah, you can look for tracks.
Specifically ignore
It's
traps.
a little dusty.
Just tracks.
Uh,
I didn't find any footprints, so I found these tripwires. Must be nothing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit dusty,
Sure.
so you can look around.
Would say you
As I know, if
scared
it's
ahead.
goblins or humans, I get advantage on this.
All right, then you definitely get advantage on it because there are both.
Wow,
Alright.
a 10 and a 12. Really making the best of that
Still enough.
advantage.
So, yeah, there are a number of footprints leading off to the left. though the main source of traffic is definitely down the main hallway. Out of all the footprints, you'd guess there's probably about like 10 goblins down here, and probably maybe 6 to 7 humans. There's a few other footprints, but they're all close enough to human size that you'd assume they're probably along those lines.
I will inform the rest about that.
If most of the traffic leads that way, we should go that way.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Cool.
feel
The captain will
confident in our
just
ability to take on 12 people.
If we see
The
12
captain
people,
will
we
look
won't take them on at
us.
once.
Before he and his forces move off. Would you like us to come with you? That is quite a number. Only a few less than what we faced on the way in.
I'll sort of look at the rest of the party and shrug.
I mean, I know
If those goblins are anything like the caliber of what we faced before, they will break themselves on my body.
Christ. Can I guess like whether it'll be in like multiple groups, whether it'll be fucking 12 of them going, "Get them, boys!"
I mean, it's kind of hard to tell because this area looks like it's seen a lot of traffic. So they do
just
tend
trying to go off of,
stick to a
like-
general group when they're wandering. With a couple, usually, at least from your guess, it seems like the humans and the goblins kind of stick to their own groups, but that might just be because of what you're seeing here, because this is kind of the front door. So
There's just a couple of goblins. We can take that. He says, comedically setting up in the next part. It's always comedic.
So, all traveling down the middle path then?
I think so.
Yeah, seems
Sure.
like what we ended up with.
All right. So, yeah. Guys travel down the middle path, and down the other end of the hallway, you guys can see a little bit of bluish light. The hallway itself, it starts at about a 15-foot hallway, and then it extends out into a 20-foot hallway before closing back in at the other end from the looks of things.
I'm going to stop and put out my torch and let the sneakier folks scout ahead if they want to.
I'm up for that. I'll actually scout this time. I won't engage.
All right. Yep. The younger Vale will also kind of drop into a crouch and follow after you.
I too.
Would you like me to roll stealth now?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. I don't think I have anything that's a bonus to this, so. Oh, very, very good, me.
Very good us.
We'll see how the does. All right. Good to know. So,
Guard turns invisible.
I mean, what if he could, but he can't.
Can't even turn invisible. He's sick.
He suffers from an unfortunate lack of magic because he's a Thulcian and he actually literally can't use it. So, I mean, he is a lot quieter than you two are, but you all make it to the end of the hallway without making too much noise.
Listen, I've got like 100 shots of this musket. There's only so much I can do. Sorry, not musket, rifle.
Put them all in at once.
Actual bullets.
Yep. So, you guys cross to the end of the hallway and see a lit room, which is at least a change from the rest of this place. And what you see is a doorway on the opposite side, another pathway that leads off to the left, kind of in the middle of the room. It looks actually like a pretty big doorway. It's about as wide as the hallway is, not like a normal kind of 5-foot section. And the most eye-catching thing in the middle of the room, a lectern. Looks like it has like a book or something on it. Though to get to the lectern, there's a whole bunch of colorful tiles. 4 rows of 12 in particular. They all look like they have a moon like drawn on them artistically. That all have a faint shimmering green color, which seems to be the thing lighting up the room. On the lectern, there is some sort of green like thing. It looks kind of like a gemstone, but it's pretty far away because it's like 60 feet away from the doorway. Each one of the tiles is 5 feet across, so they're big.
At least half of my senses right now are telling me to shoot that thing. If for no other reason than to just see what happens.
I believe this is what my people refer to as a safety room. I wouldn't walk.
Yeah. A safety room.
Carter just makes a face. Do you mean a trapped room?
Yes.
Because I might not be one of the
What
thieves
about a trapped
wandering
room
around,
is safe?
but he just kind of nods at the tiles. Those look a hell of a lot like they're supposed to move.
Well, there's no enemies, so.
Yep.
I'm gonna yell the rest of the party up. There's no enemies, just traps.
Yep.
All these fucking traps.
Carter will throw his voice down the hallway as well. And following up after, you hear the other two trooping up after you guys. Are the rest of the party following up?
Sure.
Yeah.
We just hear from behind, there are enemies! I'm sure they're fine.
So, yep, you guys come up to the same room.
Hmm.
I do not like this room.
It does seem like there's some kind of
That's
foul
not
play
very
afoot.
surprising.
Are the symbols
So it's
of
a
moons
4x12?
4 by 12. So it's 20 feet across, well, 20 feet wide, 60 feet across. There is another doorway on the, as I said, kind of in the middle of the room, so at about 30 feet or so.
Like to one of the sides.
Yeah, to the left.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I need to
So are
look
all
at
the tiles
moon
lit, or just some of them?
No, all the tiles are lit.
And they're all different moons.
More or less, yeah. They seem to have the 10 moons, but they all glow with that same eerie green light.
Can we see the top of the room?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far, so the roof is only about I'm trying to think. I would say it's probably 10, maybe 11 or 12 feet tall.
Anything of note on it?
I mean, for the most part, no. Though in the light, you do spot some writing kind of set right into the ceiling above the doorway you guys are kind of huddling around.
Can I read the writing or no?
Are you going to hold your torch a little closer to it? Because it is the green light, while lighting the room enough to see, does not make it easy to read.
Well, it's more before I would hold it up there. I would make sure it's a language I speak.
It looks like common to you.
Okay. I'll sort of step like not into like the tiles or anything, but
Yeah, there's
but
a
I'll just sort of
little space in front of the door that you can step into without stepping.
I'll sort of go there, hesitate for a second, and just look back and go, if I get knocked down, don't use magic to heal me. And I will hold the torch up to it, see what I can read.
Okay. Yep. I mean, nothing happens other than you can read the writing more clearly. And it seems to be not really a riddle, more of a instruction, maybe?
Mhm.
As it says, all followers of the green moon know the path. Those that follow the other 9 are but fools. Those of us that know the truth follow the sickly light.
I will be saying that aloud to everyone.
And the final line of it is, on every 4th week it comes.
So, what do we know about the lunar cycles?
You guys all know pretty well because it's a worldwide event and most people learn it because being out during the freaking cursed moon is bad for those of you that
It's
don't
kind of
know
important.
magic. So the lunar cycle of Methstrom is very, very similar to how it is on Earth, with, of course, the exception of it doesn't just change the cycle, it changes the moon. So for 27 days of the month, it goes, the other 8 moons rotate effectively randomly. There's always between 1 and 3. But which moons come up every night it's a crapshoot. No one really can figure it out. There's not a real pattern. On day 28 through 30, however, either the cursed moon comes up or the dull moon every single month. Which comes up is honestly a coin flip. Some days you can get ready to have the cursed moon and all of a sudden the dull moon comes up. There are 2 exceptions to this. The first month of the year is always the dull moon, and the last month of the year is always the cursed moon. It's currently the middle of the year, by the way, so.
Okay.
Yeah. It's also the middle of the month for for the it shouldn't be green outside.
Yes. Are the tiles like? Are there any? Is there like a bunch of green ones?
Not really. I mean,
Are
they're
They're
all
glowing green.
Are there any like? Are there tiles that are like have the cursed moon on them instead of the other moons?
Yeah, it seems like it's set into about every 4th.
Mhm.
And every 4th, in particular, away from your side. So it counts 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th tile, it's the cursed moon, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. Side.
How far like is it? Like 4 tiles? Like how far is that?
20 feet.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, you'd have to be very, very strong or limber to jump that.
Yes.
Yeah. By the way, you don't perceive any other pattern among the tiles. They seem to be utterly random. With the exception of the dull moon, there seems to be lacking that one in particular.
I will not lie. I'm not exactly comfortable touching that light.
I am
Yeah.
curious.
Cook will kind of look at the light, just kind of peek in. Are you still kind of holding the torch up toward the writing?
Yeah.
All right, he'll take a peek, just kind of mull it over a little bit. Any of you cursed?
I am not.
He doesn't even bother looking at the 2 veils, but he does look at Mio, who shakes her head. All right, then. Well, unless one of you knows how to fly or climb on walls, we want to make it to the other door, which I have a feeling is where we're supposed to go. Gotta just cross the tiles.
I mean, we still have another path we haven't gone down yet, right?
That's what I was about to suggest.
We could go back and see if we could acquire a helper of sorts.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I do not know what you are thinking.
We push the
I'm going to
dead
be honest.
goblin
Your
onto a
thoughts are new
tile.
to me.
We push the dead goblin onto the tile to check if it's safe.
That is,
I was thinking more of a living helper, but I suppose that might work.
that is
You would
desecrating
put
a
a-
corpse.
It's a goblin.
It's a goblin. Better a corpse than a living, breathing.
In this world,
person.
it's not like all goblins are evil. That's not a thing, correct?
It's not that they're evil, it's more just the orcs and goblins were here first, so they consider themselves kind of the people who should rule the world by right. So they're kind of assholes because they think they're supposed to rule the world and it hasn't worked out.
But there are probably like some
Sore
goblins, some
losers,
orcs
yeah.
that are like good people.
Yeah. I mean, they're not inherently evil, they just are assholes.
Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, their gods don't
importantly-
exactly look at them and demand they murder humans for the hell of it. They murder humans for the same reason humans murder them, because they want land and survival.
It's a good way of putting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Evil creatures in
That's
Mistrim
kill the
aren't hard
goblins.
and fast. Like demons aren't even technically all evil. But that's because demons are
There's
strange.
jackasses.
Yeah. Technically, even beholders aren't all evil, but they're insane and, well, have their own issues. Same for dragons, by the way. You can't always tell that a metallic dragon is going to be buddy-buddy with you.
Good.
So, going backwards to try and find a living person or the corpse, or checking the other
That's
path?
my plan, at least, is to go down the other path to see if I can find some,
Yeah,
helpers.
I think that's a good idea.
Voluntary
Fair enough,
or otherwise.
I would simply prefer not to endanger the lives of one of our number.
All right. So they'll follow your lead. The rest of the NPCs is the rest of the party following?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not trying to go even remotely near the scary, cursed death light.
And Mo?
I guess I'll stick around and watch. Look,
Okay.
the cursed moon symbol is like every fourth one, right?
Yeah. So
And they're-
basically,
are they
it's every 20 feet or so.
every 20 feet, and they're all like in a line across?
Yeah, they have 4 lines kind of covering the floor.
Okay.
Yeah. They have
Is Mo
5 foot
making a
tiles
point
covering
to
the floor.
mention that they're staying behind?
I mean, I'm not hiding the fact that I'm just sticking around.
Because what Yuko notices that she will stay with you. Sort of just remarking, I do not think it's a good idea that we have someone on their own. I will wait here.
Are the cursed moon ones like?
Are they glowing brighter? I don't know what you were asking. So
Are they the same, or like do different cursed moons look slightly different?
not really. They all look the same as far as you can tell. Keep in mind, you're trying to stare at 12 tiles from between 20 and 60 feet away, and they're on the floor, so it's not easy to get a heck of a lot of detail on the far ones. The ones you can see up close don't look like they're any different.
Hmm.
Yeah. By the way, they're not painted on, they're inlaid into the tile.
Okay.
So Most likely as some sort of magic stone or something along those lines, you'd assume. Which meant someone put a lot of work and freaking sacrificed a lot to put this together.
Yeah.
Or they were crazy, which is also very likely. I mean, most likely it was put together by a cultist, so they're not exactly always the most sane of folks.
Ridiculous.
They could be less sane.
As a note, by the way, there are
We are the cult of sanity. Our tax forms are immaculate.
Yeah. You guys would most likely know this. There are, of course, 10 cults of the moon. Well, technically 11 if you count the 2 cursed moon cults as 2 separate cults. There
Mhm.
are the kind of crazy ones who kind of believe that everyone should have magic, and those who don't believe that are freaking fools and should be forced to have it. aka not good.
I don't like those ones.
And then the more normal part of the cult, which is also part of the followers of the 10, and they're more similar to the other the other 9 cults, as they have their issues, but I mean, they don't force things on other people for the hell of it. It is very hard to tell which is which, though.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, at least for outsiders. People from the followers of the 10 can tell pretty quickly. Mostly because they know. So, you guys head backwards and make it back to the Goblin Corpse. So, down the side path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, you walk down the side path. It leads into a corner, which turns upward back in the direction that the main path was leading. And then into a small mess hall, probably. It's a small diamond-shaped room, about only 20 feet wide and 20 feet long, with a quartet of tables in it, all of which are, well, almost all of them are empty. One of them still has a couple of utensils sitting on it, a couple of books, an abandoned plate.
Quartet of tables and 16 goblins.
Goblins are smaller. They can fit more goblins at a table. So,
Shit, you're right. More goblins per square foot.
yep. There is
my God.
also a
social distancing nightmare.
My God.
there's a path leading, I'm just going to say north. It's not really north, but regardless for map creation. And a path leading off to the east as well. Kind of off the almost the center right of the room, but not quite.
All right. And we came in from the south?
Yep.
Starting to the east, I suppose.
All right. So the east leads into another corner after about 20 feet. That leads once again to the north. So you follow the corner and reach a, well, a little smaller room. It's only about 10 by 15, and it's absolutely stacked full of barrels and boxes, like to the doorway.
Time to crack open a box. Welcome to my unboxing video.
Do you crawl it like further into the room, or do you just open one of the boxes like in the doorway?
I'll just open one that's right in the doorway.
Okay. You crack it open. It's pretty easy. It seems like this box is actually already open, so you just knock the lid off, and it's
Just
full of.
foodstuffs.
Yep, it's exactly that. It's just old rations. They look like they've
Alright.
been here for at least a couple months.
Well, time to go the other north path.
All right. Yep, you go back to the mess hall and then to the north. And it leads to another corner, though this one leading off to the east. And then that hallway immediately jerks up to the north, and you find a small series of rooms. They have doors, so. In addition, of course, the hallway continues past the rooms.
breach and clear.
All right. All of these doors are unlocked, so
I mean, just systematically clear them.
they have what you'd assume beds, and whatnot. These ones actually are
Yep.
beds, not the piles of random debris that the goblins tend to use upstairs.
Damn.
I mean, they're kind of old, and they're mostly just straw, but they're at least got wooden frames.
All right. So I'm assuming there isn't really anything of note in here or in
No,
these
the
rooms.
beds, they're very, very Spartan.
All right, onwards.
All right. Yep. You guys follow the pathway up, and it leads into a crossroads, one leading off to the east, which you can look down and see the glowing green light, and one that leads off to the west.
East.
All right. You walk about 30 feet and run into a wall. You can see the room on the other side. It's the same room, except you're now, 30 feet into it. But there seems to be some sort of invisible force blocking the way. There is some sort of like indent on the northern wall, kind of next to where the wall seems to start. But it looks like about a palm-sized circle would probably fit into it.
A palm-sized circle. Yeah, I don't really have any of those, I'm gonna be honest with you, champ. Actually, palm-sized circle. How big is this small red stone I have? And is it circular?
It's more sphere, so
That's fair.
it's also significantly smaller.
All right. Well, that leads one path.
So go back to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It once again leads off in a corner off to the north, and this one ends in a door.
Now, I feel like there's going to be something behind this that's going to try and kill us.
Nah.
I'm just going to say that to
Yeah, I mean, Theo and I are fine.
Vanguard.
Yeah. Knock, knock. Open up the door. It's real. And if it is, hit him with the nonstop pop pop of stainless steel.
I don't remember that line.
Well, if we're
where he's
doing
like,
that, can you get ahead of me and I will be behind because I'm the one with the gun.
I mean, I'm not with you
you aren't? I thought you went with him.
Yeah, I thought you were.
the whole way. Oh,
Did you stop at some point? Get bored?
I guess I am with them. I
Do you want to
totally.
just stop and grab the goblin and then head back?
I totally spaced out that I was with him, so I was sitting here eating popcorn like the rest of y'all. I was like, I wonder
Did I
what
just
Peyton
fucking-
finds.
I just fucking wandered off alone.
I thought it was paid.
Johnny
I thought it
Vanguard
was
took
Peyton,
2 steps
Lumpy, and the
behind me, and then I
NPCs.
turned around. Yeah, I turned around. And I was just alone there. Crickets.
You've
You're
overestimated
off.
my you've overestimated my object permanence.
Well, other than Mio. Mio is still with you guys near the room.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
I'm with you, Peyton.
Okay, that's good. I didn't just wander off alone and go get killed.
He was with us or with Peyton?
With you guys, with Mo
Mhm.
and the Echo.
Christ.
She's just curiously staring out at the room, at the tiles.
Do you
I
hear anything?
wandered off to be murdered away from the rest of the party. Do I hear anything?
I mean, are you just kind of walking up and listening at the door, or are you just kind of standing, listening to see if there's anything?
Sure, I'll walk up and listen at the door.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Go ahead and roll
Content.
perception. Oh, that's a good
Yeah, that's
perception.
all right.
You hear a very faint crackling of what sounds like a candle, maybe? But otherwise, no movement or speech or anything of that nature. Breathing,
Alright.
etc.
I'm gonna sneak back to Johnny and say, all right, now listen, when I open the door, rush in, and if there's someone in there, don't kill them, but take them down, all right?
I'll be at the Vanguard.
You
Yep.
sure will, Johnny.
Yep. The veils, by
I'm
the
so-
way, will kind of set up around the corner and aiming down the hallway.
I'm
Pull out
going
a
to
long
attempt
sword and
to
shield.
sneak up and open the door, so that way the fucking wrecking ball can go in.
All right. You turn the handle, and it makes it about a quarter of the way before clicking. It's locked.
Hmm. So I don't have thieves' tools, but I do have nature's lockpick. It's a gun.
Yeah, I gathered that one.
You want to
I was
aim
gonna
at the
say
handle and
boot,
fire?
but
Oh, I'm
I
not
mean, the
strong
boot
enough
was
for a
the
boot.
original lockpick. And guns were
Listen, this is the colony's lockpick, baby.
Yep.
I would use a crowbar, but I forgot to grab a crowbar. I did not forget to grab a shovel, though.
Yep.
Uh,
I mean, it's just a wooden door. It doesn't look even all that sturdy if you want to just try and boot it without, using an extra shot, which are expensive and
And
hard
loud.
to find.
and I have very limited access to getting more.
Yep.
Sneak around and it's like, oh,
Yeah.
they know.
That
Yeah,
and
alright.
if you fire in here, they're probably going to hear it outside.
I've got
Yeah,
big
I'll
feet.
just try and fucking boot it. Time to roll a 1. Ready for this one?
I mean, do you want to ask Johnny to help?
Yeah, no, that's the
There's no
smart thing.
space in the
isn't it?
hallway for you guys both to go side by side and boot it together.
I was gonna say, all right, Johnny, new plan. We kick, then go in.
Oh,
Because the
great.
door's fucking locked. I don't know how to pick.
All right. I mean, you do hear one of the veils starting to say something as you kick the door in. So
Yeah? What do you say? As the door gets kicked off its
I'll
hinges.
go ahead and roll.
Actually-
We'll see if you guys actually get anywhere.
Well, I mean, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm assuming I'm just giving him a help because I'm worthless, effectively.
Yep.
Unless you want me to roll anyway.
I mean, that's enough. So
yeah.
yep. Between the two of you, the door, well, it doesn't quite fly off its hinges, but it's certainly, you hear the latch break as the door swings inward and, slams against the wall. As you guys are doing this, you do hear the I could, and the door is no longer a problem at that point.
Should
Yeah.
said something before the boot was raised.
I think they weren't thinking you were going to try and boot it, is the thing. So, inside, you see what looks like a mix between an office and a bedroom. The bed, as a start, is actually not made out of straw. It's made out of some sort of feathers, you'd assume. It's got a nice pillow, a little mildewed, but it still works. A desk, a handful of books, a very tiny bookcase, and a not a lockbox, a footlocker.
Anyone in here?
Nope.
Trying to open up the footlocker.
Yep. Unsurprisingly, the footlocker is also locked.
I will just call over the veil who started saying, I could.
Yeah, the veils definitely walked up when you guys finished kicking the door and entered. So,
Hmm.
Yep. Carter, by the way, was the one
Congratulations.
who
You'll
was
get your
starting to say
chance.
something. You wave him over.
Yeah.
He looks down. I could have done that on the door. Fishes some lockpicks out of his pockets and starts working.
You could have said that before we kicked it.
I didn't think you were gonna. Never mind.
Listen, just be glad I didn't shoot it like my original plan.
All right. Yep. He's working on it. What are you guys doing in the meantime? Because it's going to take him a little bit.
Searching for anything of note.
All right. I mean, other than the lockbox, unless you're like looking under the bed, everything is kind of out on the desk already.
Yeah, check what's on the desk.
Yep.
Search for anything of plot relevance that's highlighted when you look at it. Wow!
You look at the bed, it highlights. You look at the chair at the desk, it highlights.
See-
You look at the
see,
desk,
It's
everything
got a
highlights.
bright yellow question mark.
So you know how in
bright yellow
Danganronpa when you hover over things, like they light up? Like, oh, I can
Yeah.
investigate that. It's like that.
Yeah.
It's a bed. Well, that's helpful.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a chair. That's helpful. These notes detail their plans. What? Wait, actually, what?
Yep.
Truth bullet obtained, huh? What the fuck is a truth bullet? Except in D&D, you just actually shoot them with it.
Truth bullet for me is just another maneuver, except I shoot someone and they have to roll a will save, and if they fail, they have to tell me something that's the truth. They have to tell me a deep secret.
So on the desk, there are 4 books. What languages did you guys speak between the two of you?
Common and Orc for me.
Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Goblin.
All right. Unfortunately, the books are all written in, well, sorry, I shouldn't say all so fast. 3 of them are written in gibberish, as far as you guys are concerned. The last one is written in Elven.
Alright.
The title is just effectively something along the lines of, I'm trying to think of exactly what it would be called. I guess notes of dates A through Z, effectively. They don't have a year, by the way. It's just the would be the last 4 months if it was from this year. Yep. In addition, on the desk, there's an inkwell, a quill, and a couple of pieces of parchment. And by the way, when I say books, I really mean like stapled together pieces of parchment. They're not made out of paper.
Loose leaf.
Yeah, they're not really like nice books because those don't really exist anywhere but Thaltus.
They're not like professionally bound in like leather.
Yeah, no, they're someone wrote a bunch of stuff on parchment and then strung it together with string and a needle. It works, but it's not great.
1 Elvish. That was just what, list of dates, effectively?
I mean, the title was a pair of dates. Do you want to actually pick it up and read it? I'm just describing what's on the desk. All right. The book, the rest of it is also written in Elvish conveniently, and they seem to detail events for the last, well, at least 4 months. Raid dates, captured people and materials. For the most part, it's pretty dry, just lists and descriptions of what happened effectively. It would be a journal if it wasn't so gruesome.
Alright.
Yep. It does have a couple of dates in particular. It seems the end of 2 of the months had acolytes accepted, and then there's a couple of names for each of the 2 months where that is. The most recent month does have a separate thing. Unfortunately, it's written in that same language that the rest of the books are written in. So it's like kind of one of the more recent passages.
All right, I'll grab all of the books and shove them in my backpack.
Right.
But not quite as bodily as shoving them. Don't want to tear these things to shit. I guess we should start heading back once that lockbox is finished.
Yep. Basically, as you're putting the books away, you hear a aha and click, and Carter throws the lockbox open. I'm not joking. He literally does throw the lockbox open without checking for traps or anything. Luckily for him, nothing goes off.
What a Chad.
Here's the thing. I would do the exact same thing, but I'm going to look at him disapprovingly nonetheless.
Yeah, Chad. It's called naive.
Specifically because it could have affected me if he did something stupid.
Yep. Inside the lockbox, as you just kind of look over his shoulder at his being very, very disappointed with what's inside, you find a couple of sets of robes, seemingly very similar to the cloaked man's robes from what you can see. At least they look like it from, nicely folded. A couple more stacks of parchment, another pair of inkwells, another couple quills. As he's digging around, he does find a dagger that has a kind of interesting blade shape to it that reminds you of, well, what Catharsians sometimes carry, which isn't great. But other than that, the box is pretty boring.
Hmm.
Like, there's not even any gold in it.
Search the robe's pockets. Maybe you left a receipt in here or something.
You find some dust. Some lint.
Unfortunate.
My God, he turned his receipts into dust.
He knew. He knew ahead of time. We're busted. Scatter.
Yep.
He's
By the
too
way,
fucking- he's too
the
fucking
list
smart.
of gathered things did have gold as one of the, or rather valuables as one of the marked down things that gathered.
Hmm.
The most of the list is food and other kind of material goods of more
I mean,
weapony sorts and armor rather than
I think there's
gold.
definitely a chance that that's just put in like with the rest of the shit in that one like storeroom area.
Yep.
But I don't
I mean,
really
in all
want to
the
search.
accounts, just at a freaking skim through the book was only about maybe 50 gold between it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're stealing from peasants, so you're lucky to get a couple
man,
silver off of one. So, yep. Are you headed back at this point? Because
Yeah, that's really the only thing to do.
You mentioned there were open books in the cafeteria as well.
there were a couple of books on the table. They weren't open, but they were there.
But on the way out, I might just check those, see what they're like.
Okay. Yeah. You
Yeah,
look through.
I super did not hear that. I would also check those on the way out.
As I said, 3 of the tables were empty. Well, I said all of the tables and then corrected myself because they aren't all empty. 3 of them were empty. One of them had a pair of books, some utensils, and an old plate. The platter, I guess, a wooden plate. So yeah, there are 2 books. One is written in Elvish and seems to be something along the lines of, well, it's bound in a similar way. It seems to be some sort of fictional tale, romance maybe. It's hard to tell just based on the title. As it's something along the lines of The Kiss of the Dove. The other one is written in that same language that the other books are written in, with the exception of its author, which does have his name written in common for some reason. Which, give me 2 seconds and I'll get that for you guys.
I'll take the Elvish romance book.
This for my personal use.
I mean, it's not like anyone around here is going to be using it anytime soon. They're all fucking dead. How about this? When I'm done with it, I'll mail it to hell for them.
Yep. So, Soban Oletsu is the name written in common. He is, by the way, a person that neither of you guys have heard of. And if you show it to any of the Vales, none of them have heard of him either.
Alright. Just shove that gun looking like a fucking high school student, just bag full of books.
I mean, they're all pretty thin, to be honest.
Quick, get rid of those books or people will think you're a fucking nerd.
Get up.
Whatever you say, Johnny Vanguard.
Guve returns to Theo and I, and we're like, "This is a fucking nerd." Start beating her up.
Fair.
So, are you guys headed back to the tile room, or?
Well, we left to get a test subject.
Yep.
Didn't find anyone alive, so we gotta use someone dead then.
They're
Only
grabbing
there
the
was
goblin on the way
that
past.
goblin corpse.
Oh yeah, I've got a spear and I'm shish kebabbing him.
Oh,
All right.
Can you just like carry him by the scruff of his neck like a normal person?
Well, we have to push him in front of us like a push broom.
Do we?
So if any tiles get set off, so we're not standing there with our dicks in our hands, we gotta push him in front of us.
This is about when Mo takes her first step onto a tile.
I knew you were waiting.
All
wait,
right.
so Mo's
I
gonna
mean,
try to
are you
step onto a
guys-
tile?
Are you watching this happen?
If Mo starts to go to step to tile, I will try to grab them, like pull them back.
Hmm. I mean, Mo, are you trying to actually get away, or are you trying to be fast enough? Because there's not very much space, so it's very easy to kind of jump out and grab.
I mean, I'm taking a step. If you try and grab, you can try and grab.
Yeah, if you're trying to step into like the light and onto the tiles, I will try to grab you. Yes.
Okay.
By the way, Gave, when you see Johnny go and impale the corpse, you do hear one of the Veils mutter something that sounds mysteriously like barbarian in a language you do recognize as Dwarvish.
Sometimes good people are forced to do bad things.
I don't think it's a good idea to step blindly onto those.
They're taking too long.
Well, maybe we'd just be a little more patient. Besides, even if that did work out, it would just be the two of us over there against 12 people, I believe was the number that they said.
I do not seek to cross. I merely seek to test.
That seems like even worse of an idea.
Suit yourself.
But
And I will release them.
it is your choice, I suppose. I just really do not recommend.
Yep.
It would be incredibly foolish.
Mio, by the way, is just standing very, very close, keeping a very close eye on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Your recommendation is noted.
If you guys could read minds, you'd hear her screaming, "Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it."
All right, power move.
Do it.
Shove her on there.
Do you actually do it?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right.
Jesus.
You step on to the first tile. Are you picking randomly, or are you just staying in the middle? Because remember, it's 20 feet across, so 4 tiles.
I will take a step back.
What are the tile options moon-wise? Or is it just kind of like these are truly randomly arranged moons?
I mean, they are randomly arranged, but I can tell you what the 4 are. The one on the far left is Slolak, Moon of Transmutation. Thelak is the one next to that. Then Parlak for the third. And Enenlak for the last tile in that first line.
The Parlak sit.
Can you remind me what the thing you said, the roof writing?
The roof writing said, I'm trying to think exactly what it was because I didn't write it down. Something effectively to the extent of all other followers of the moons are fools. We know the truth and follow the green light every fourth. something to that extent, anyway.
Yeah. I'll just choose the leftmost one then.
Okay. You step onto Slolak's tile, and the only thing that happens is the tile around you changes to blue.
I will step back and choose the one just to the right of that one.
All right. That one, I believe, was Felak, which changes to a silvery color.
I'll try the last two.
Okay. So the last two change to the colors of their moon, and then something different happens. At the other end of the room, that weird green gem or whatever sitting on the lectern glows very brightly and then sends a wave of green light across the room. Could you make me a charisma save?
Sure.
All of us or just Theo?
Just Theo. He's the only one close enough because you stepped back.
Oh yeah, because not standing
Or
here
actually,
this
sorry.
scary.
Before you roll that, Theo, give me a second.
Sure.
All right, yep. Go ahead and roll that charisma save.
Where are saves on the character sheet?
Click on the ability, and then it should
Yeah.
pop up a roll
Okay.
save or roll ability.
11.
All right. Unfortunately, that's not quite enough.
Jesus Christ.
So
Oyaka will draw her sword and attempt to put Mio behind her.
So you all of a sudden have a earth-shattering headache as you take 7 psychic damage.
I understand now.
And then all the tiles reset back to their green, including the one you're standing on.
Gotcha. I will take a step back.
All right, you're off the tile.
What do you understand?
This trap.
She still has her sword out and is looking at you very warily.
What happened?
It shot me.
With magic? What kind?
Yes. The kind that hits your head.
Ah, very interesting. Very interesting indeed. I don't think that sword is going to help you here. But if it makes you feel better.
The sword was in case something happened to him. But seems like it hasn't.
I'll put it away.
Her eyes go even wider and she continues scribbling.
So what do you understand
will
about this?
Laugh briefly, but or rather snort.
Something that I don't understand?
Yes.
I'm a little lost. I will not lie.
Do not worry.
Very well. Keep your secrets.
Very dark, deep secret.
I love you, Theo. Fuck, I'm dropping shit in real life.
Anyway,
You can
what
tell.
did
We'll
you
continue to wait?
what did you figure out about the room?
So, about 30 seconds later, the rest of the party shows up.
We return.
I'll see that the goblin is on like the sphere, just kind of.
Oh. Why aren't you just carrying it?
And I
So
will
I
just
can, so I can push
sigh.
it in front of me.
I will take out the 4 books that I cannot read and query the party members as to if they know them or know the language more of.
Take a peek.
From what I remember, the answer is no.
The only new language I have there is Kaninu or whatever.
Same.
Okay, Ka-Inyun is what it would be pronounced as.
Kainyun.
So it is a rune script of some sort. So it kind of looks like Dwarvish, but it's definitely not Dwarvish, just as a note.
Yes, Russian.
I mean, basically, it's like if you went and you took the Dwarvish alphabet and then went and did what Russian does to the English alphabet.
Wait, hold on. Don't do my boy Russia like this. It's a different alphabet entirely.
I know.
No, it's not.
It's a
They
worse
just
one.
took ours and beat it up.
Yeah,
But
to be
it's
fair, it's about fucking time someone did that to English, because English has been doing that to like every language.
Yeah, but English is sick, so it gets
No.
away with it.
English is like the amoeba language.
English is
It's
sick,
just-
and that needs to be
it's
put
just-
out of its misery.
Anyone here seen Spirited Away?
I have not.
Yes.
It's so No Face, the
Mhm.
big thing that
Mhm.
eats everything.
Yeah,
That's
that's
English.
English with either
Is that like a
That's
C?
English.
Is that like a C-list Batman villain? What the hell?
I mean, if he was, that would be pretty cool.
English,
lie.
English just has these big grabby arms, shoveling every language into its mouth.
English just mugs other languages in
Give
back
me your
alleys.
words.
Give me a spare vocabulary.
Yeah.
Yeah, other languages are starting to do that with English. So, anyway,
Yeah.
what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna slap the goblin down in front of us and start pushing it like a push broom.
I'm gonna
Okay.
back up again.
You push it onto the first tile, and the color does not change.
Well, why would I expect it to?
I know.
When
Are you just
when I see that
continuing
happen, I'll
onward?
just sort of.
believe you're making a mistake.
Yeah. The
All
color should
right,
be
and then I'll
changing.
hand the butt of the spear to Mo.
That is not what
Probably
he means.
How strong are
crumple
you?
under the weight.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah, no, Mo cannot
Let
carry
go.
the goblin. The goblin plus spear is too much.
Well, the goblin's on the ground, like the head of a broom.
Alright, Mo will struggle to even move the goblin. And then hand
I'll
the
just-
goblin back.
Hand the goblin back.
Well, the spear butt attached to a goblin. The goblin sickle.
How about you tell me where to push?
One of
I'll,
Carter just kind of looks at the room. Why don't we just jump it? You hit less tiles that way.
I like your thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
The
take a
captain just
step
kind of
onto the
looks at the
tile.
room and then looks back up at the thing while you're doing that. Which tile are you stepping on?
We're gonna start with the leftmost.
So, yep, you step on. It glows blue.
This is what should happen.
All
Well,
right, I
while you
go
guys
over
were
there.
gone, Mo was testing.
Which is she says it with disdain. That's a little hard to tell.
I think that would be a bad idea, by the way. Cook just kind of says after he's finished looking at the message above. Like you're supposed to walk on them in order. I don't know what kind of order, but I think skipping them is bad.
Yes.
So on the blue tile we're standing on now, I'm going
I'm not
to.
standing on it for the record.
I don't think
No,
all
no.
of us are standing
only-
on that.
No. I meant we as in me and Mo.
Oh, we're both standing on it?
Because I went over to it with the goblin, and then I was going to use that as my starting point to look for tile number 2. But while I'm over here, I take out my rations. Like no. Then I put my rations back. Then I take out a crossbow bolt and set it on that tile to mark that it's safe. And then with my feet planted on this tile, I'm gonna push the goblin around until I find another
So
glowy blue tile.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when Mo stepped on the far right tile first, that one showed up as blue too, right?
I always stepped on the left first.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay,
he
okay.
stepped on the left first. Yeah,
All right,
last
all
time, so
I do
I'm trying to
not
remember
know
the other ones.
what order, except that presumably the moon is meant to be the fourth.
Whatever. I just start pushing the goblin around. Tell me when I hit another safe tile.
I'll watch with interest as the goblin presumably
Does
Drags
does
blood all over
nothing.
the tiles. Yes, that's about all it does. No colors change. It's just continuing to be green.
It's not working.
No.
All right. I'll stand on the goblin. I'll attach
Take
my
another
spear
step
is
directly forwards.
All right.
Mo's a
directly
problem solver.
forwards. Yep. Directly forwards is onto another version of Felak. So the tile lights up silver.
And another step directly forwards.
I will
Alright.
again be stepping back to where I was
A step
last time, where I
forwards is a step backwards for you.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
just watching at the entrance impassively.
Third tile starts glowing gold, as Felak's light is.
if I attach
Wonder
this goblin
where
to
it is
my
to-
if I
I
attach
used to
this
say
goblin
inside-
to my shoes and then I start hopping, maybe the tiles won't notice me.
Perhaps you should take a step back.
All right.
I would not recommend standing in the room based on last time.
Do you think I could outrun the damage?
There was a last time.
Yes,
Yeah, there was a lot.
against my
I-
recommendation, there was a last time.
I will make sure I am just behind the door frame. And I will wait there.
I will take my final step onto the cursed moon.
Alright. It glows green. And once again, you see the gathering of green energy in the thing, and then it waves across the thing. Another charisma save, please.
Saving throw.
Yeah, here comes the green wave again.
This time, you get hit by the wave, and it feels even stronger.
Not by much though.
Maybe
Wow.
you can take
I guess you resisted a little better.
I know your tricks, Green Wave.
This time, however, the lights on the tiles before do not go out. They remain on.
Interesting. CD. Math is hard.
You're currently 20
I'm
feet
not at 156 health.
in.
Open roll 20 in another tab so you can do subtraction.
Ooh.
You probably can do it here.
Yeah. I will cast one of these though.
All right.
This is the first indication I've ever got that you're a caster.
Powerful
Yeah.
roll.
Think to yourself, I gotta make some new friends.
So everyone
Michael will-
sees Mo's hand glow, and then touch
She will
himself.
narrow her eyes at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyone standing and watching the Thalians will kind of see them make a similar expression.
Yeah,
Hey,
I could get along with these people.
You guys act like you hate magic or something. Yeah.
kind of the idea. As I said, Thalians are okay with mercenaries using it, but doesn't mean they have to like it.
They accept that it's a reality.
Yeah.
That's about as far as you're going to get.
Mm-hmm. And hey, a wizard that can cast Fireball is still very useful. Just they don't want any wizards around that are their wizards. So, what's the next step then? Onward? By the way, Johnny, did you step off the tiles?
Yes, I did.
Good.
At Oyeko's recommendation.
All right. That was a good idea. Because, yeah, if you were standing on the tiles, congrats, you would have been smacked by that as well.
And now we take a short rest.
Is Mo looking like visibly like injured?
I mean, probably tired. It's psychic damage, so it doesn't leave a physical scar.
Yeah, but like
Nose
you can,
bleeding.
you can tell if
Well, that's
someone's like
Yeah,
No.
Mo's
Barely
probably
going.
bleeding a little harder.
Blood's coming out of their eyes. It's like, I don't think that's normal.
Mo,
Yes.
should you be continuing or should somebody else?
Chances are someone else should continue.
Hmm. Very well.
I'll wait for him to. Are you staying there? Or are you coming back?
I'm gonna see what happens when I step back a tile.
Like to one of the ones you already stepped on, or
Yeah.
Yep, the tile you were just standing on goes out.
And there's an undo button. Perhaps.
Great.
And
So, do you
I
walk
will
back the rest of
continue.
the way?
Yeah.
So everything resets back to the glowing sickly green.
I am at the Vanguard.
standing at the front. Is there any like? Is there any way like to look at like the cycle of the moons? Like, is there first moon on like week
As I
1?
said, the moons don't. Yeah, they don't cycle in
Okay.
reality. The first tiles are from the left to the right is Slolak, Felak, Parlak, and Enelakt. Enelak.
Okay.
I'm just rolling them as you guys step on them, literally. So, because it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll start on number 3 from the left. So
All right. So that is power locked. So the tile starts glowing with a dark light.
Mhm.
Power locked is
Every-
black. That's why.
Yeah. every time Oyeko like steps on a tile, there's a little bit of hesitation before she puts her foot down. What's the one in front of me?
It is Selak,
Mhm.
the moon of divination.
Okay, sure. I'll step on it.
All right. Yep. As with the other moon of divination that's been stepped on, Selak once again glows gold.
And in front of me, what if I go like diagonally?
Do you want to try?
Yeah.
In front of you, the one directly ahead of you is Chalak, which you know because that's the moon that was supposed to be out tonight.
But if that's the moon that was supposed to be out tonight, I'll try to step on that one. Just to see if it does anything.
I mean,
My
it
third.
glows purple,
Mhm.
but otherwise doesn't do anything else.
And now what are in front of me? Lay out the
All
3 in
three.
front of me.
All the 3 in front of you are curse moon tiles at this point. You're on the 4th tile.
So those are always all cursed.
Yep. As I said, every 4th tile.
Mhm.
So every 20 feet or so.
And what was the inscription? What did that say again?
Without all the
the
flowers.
fourth cycle is always a cursed moon.
Effectively, it says that all of the other moons are, all the followers of the other moon are fools. We believe in the true light, which comes every 4th week.
I'm gonna try to step over the cursed moons.
I mean, you're
And
going to
go
have
to
to
the
jump because it's a 5-foot step.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to jump that.
Yeah, you can jump it easily, even at a standing. I think you're fairly strong, right?
I have 19 strength.
No, you can jump
Stand
it
up
easily.
is
All right.
half of your normal.
You leap
distance.
over the cursed moon. And the moment you step on the next tile, or jump to the next tile, you see the light at the end glow green and blast across the thing. Make a charisma save. And by the way, all the tiles you've stepped on, for those of you watching, go out at that point.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm very charismatic.
Yeah, no. Not charismatic enough.
I get it.
Yeah,
Ow.
it's a pretty weak burst, but it is only the first of them.
I
by the
think
way,
we've got 4 steps.
Yeah, all of the
That
tiles
did not
around you,
work.
by the way, at this point, besides the one directly behind you, glows that bright green that Mo had when he
Mhm.
stepped on the 4th tile.
So now I'm just kind of like stranded in the middle.
No, there's still the way back that isn't glowing.
Mhm.
But moving forward, apparently, if it's assuming right, you'll probably activate that thing again.
How many how many tiles in front of me are there?
At this point, you're standing on tile 5. There are 7 more, so 35 feet.
How far
You're
is a standing jump from 19 strength?
10 feet.
Yeah, I could make it in 3. I'll sort of
Yeah,
look.
the question.
Well, if at this point Oyeko's assuming that every 4th step there's a fucking explosion.
I mean, it's a good assumption. That's
I'll
what's happened.
sort of look back and just go,
Are you guys okay if I try to jump my way across and see if I can deactivate it from the other side?
Cook just kind of looks at you. As I said, I think we can get through it with less pain if we just follow whatever stupid pattern it's trying to do. But if you want to try it,
My friend, allow me.
I'm already in the middle here. There's no need for more of us to.
Come on back and I'll do it.
This just seems unwise.
Do you have a second wind up, by the way?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean,
Just like, did it go off? If you did like, I'm having a stroke. This happens a lot. Give me a second to let my brain catch up to what my mouth is trying to say.
so far you've seen it go off every 4th.
yes.
Or fourth.
Though, as a note, after you jumped, the tiles they're not just glowing green, they're burning green. They don't seem it's very obvious that the color, it doesn't look like it's happy with you if it was a person.
I see. And the ones behind me, are they glowing like bright green as well?
Nope, they're not glowing at all.
Hmm.
Magic often does not like to be cheated.
Maybe I should head back and let Johnny handle this part. Are you sure you're okay with trying to handle this, Johnny?
Absolutely.
I will hop back and then go back the way I came.
All right. Yep. Nothing else happens if you return other than the
Mhm.
lights return to their normal hue.
I'm gonna do a running jump for as far as I could go.
All right. How far can you go? Without a
Well,
roll.
my
Do you
strength
wanna
is
give him the
18,
help
so
action?
My strength is 18, so you tell me.
Yeah, actually, can I give him the help action? Like, give him a little boost when he jumps?
Like you go down like a volleyball
Can he-
player.
I mean, like,
Pole vault?
how? I mean,
Like,
Well, you give him
By the legs
and-
and start spinning.
No, you know when you like sort of put like a hand down and then you just like lift with it, it gives him a
Mhm.
little like higher start to jump off
well,
of.
what a running jump without any check, I think, is equal to your strength, right? I'm remembering that correctly. So it's 18 feet.
Yeah, so you can nearly make it to this, the cursed moon tile to start.
Yeah.
How high is the ceiling?
If you, as I said, it's like 10 to 12 feet. You guys can jump, no problem.
Okay. Well, I was
And if
thinking
I-
more, what can he pole vault on a spear?
Hold on, Theo, how much do you weigh?
Like,
About as much as a cobalt, 20 or 30 pounds.
yeah.
Wait, hold on. Why don't we throw Mo?
That's what I'm thinking.
You won't get Mo all the way across, but you can
Oyeko
definitely
would-
get them to the first-
Oyeko would never think of
first
that.
first
So
tile.
Johnny wants the glory, so he wants to do it.
If you can explain how you're helping Johnny to jump further, then I'll accept a help
well,
action.
it's sort of that thing where you like
Interlocks his fingers, gets down on his knee.
exactly.
Like my first step is like up onto his hands, and he goes "Hua," and
Half
lifts
jump,
them.
half throw.
Sure.
Yeah.
What if we all lie in the ground so he's jumping from high ground?
All right. So what if we all get in a line, and then we pass him between us?
Peyton, also give him your gun so we can shoot it backwards for an extra boost.
I
Well,
am.
I've got
I
a
am
bow. I
not
can
giving
already
him my
do that.
fucking gun.
I've got a bow. I can
I
already do
I
that.
would rather Johnny Vanguard fucking die than give him my gun.
Jesus.
Go ahead and roll it with advantage.
Athletics
go.
or strength or
Athletics.
Come on, double that one would be very
Let's
funny.
go.
Are you aiming for the fourth tile, or are you aiming to get as far as you can?
as far as I can.
All right.
My
I'm going to say with a
Jesus.
19, you get to the fifth easily, which is a freaking really far jump.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah, you do a big, long running jump and leap to the fifth tile, and immediately the light kicks on. You roll a charisma save for me?
Does not like to be cheated.
No.
That's the damage you're taking if you fail. So, unfortunately, a 12 is still not enough.
We're gonna get TPK'd by a fucking book.
No, you take a blast of psychic energy.
All right. Well, I'm definitely.
And once again, the tiles all around you, except, of course, for straight back, all glow an angry green.
Okay. Thank you for saying second wind. All right.
You got some of it back.
So yeah. So I'm looking at this lectern. What's it
Huh?
looking like?
It looks like a lectern that holds a weird green gem that seems to be glowing with the same angry
Holds-
green light.
All right. I'll pull out my bow and I'll try and shoot the gem.
All right, go ahead. Roll an attack roll.
Does not
Ooh.
like to be cheated.
That's a pretty good shot. You hit the thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't move. The arrow just kind of snaps as it slams into the stone. Could you roll me another charisma save?
Jesus Christ.
Magic does not like to be cheated.
No, that is very helpful, but how does that help us
It
at all?
blasts you in response.
I turn
guessing you're-
around and no. I second winded. I turn around and gingerly walk back and shiver with my remaining hit point.
I do not roll the 5. You
So
would
that was pretty good damage roll, huh?
Yeah.
just sits there and shakes his head.
Believe
What did I
that-
say? Just follow the goddamn pattern. You know,
All right. You do it.
yeah, I will do it. He goes and takes a step onto the tile for Felak. It glows silver, and he keeps stepping forward over Dislak, which glows orange, and then Slow Lack, which glows blue, and then onto the curse tile. And with a burst of green light, it all of a sudden is eaten by gray light at the other side, and nothing happens. He looks surprised. You just hear Carter from the back. What the fuck happened? Wasn't there supposed to be a big wave of green light?
That's what
What the
happened the
hell?
last time someone stepped on the cursed thing.
Folk just kind of shrugs. Maybe it malfunctioned? I don't know.
He's a witch.
Were the ones you stepped on?
The cursed one. He's just walking straight forward. So
What did he walk straight
No,
forward
which
from,
one?
though?
from tile 2.
Tell two. Okay.
Second from the left, anyway.
Is he just keeping on going?
Yeah, he just keeps going. Walking onto Analytics at 6. Or tile 5.
I think this guy's fucking cursed moon advocate.
It's very possible.
He's guessing.
So, yep, he walks up to the next cursed moon tile. The tiles between lighting up. This time, the light does generate and fire.
I think he just got lucky.
And then he guessed
So it's
wrong.
More poignantly, I think he just got unlucky.
So he's just, it's just luck.
So
Fucking
the wave
magic.
blasts, but he seems to weather it pretty well, only taking probably some pretty minor damage. He isn't like breathing too hard. So he continues forward and standing on the final tile, which once again just big burst of energy. This one even bigger than the last, and then just fades out, eaten by the gray. And he steps off.
And are they all still lit?
After he steps off the final one, no, they all go back to normal.
Well, shit.
He just looks around. Well, I guess I'll try and shut it off from this side. He walks over and starts looking at the green gem. He seems a little bit hesitant to start prying at it, though, after seeing what happened when someone shot at it. What are you guys doing?
Start prying it, or I'll start shooting at it.
I hope to
I
knock
have
you
a
out
far
of its
more
holster.
destructive weapon.
I was not hoping to damage the jewel, but simply knock it out of its holster.
I'm taking the beginnings of a short rest until
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
observe some further better results happening.
I
Yeah.
would try something, but I do not have the health to play around with this. 2 good rolls and I am down, and I have no way to heal.
I mean, are you guys just going to take a breather and let him kind of mess with it?
Which ones did the wave go off on anyway?
Every 4th.
But like,
So
no,
for
like,
him in particular, it only went on the 2nd.
What things they step on?
Wave 8. But it did seem to be either he was very, very lucky, or perhaps that's just kind of part of the thing, because it didn't have that gray wave appear for any of the ones that you guys were doing. Plus, of
Yeah,
course,
was there-
the green light activate.
do you have a particular pattern that he stepped on for the ones that were malfunctioned?
No, he stepped on the first cursed moon and the last cursed moon, and it just malfunctioned. So,
But
I
what
see.
did
you've stepped on the first. You've seen Mo step on the first cursed moon, and it activated.
Yeah.
So, it might be part of it. As I said, the last 3 days of the month are crapshoot, usually about as equal as a coin flip on which moon comes up.
it's a 50-50.
So maybe it's just following the path of how the moons work. I'm not just saying that as the GM. I'm saying that as literally Carter states that as a maybe suggestion.
Wait a minute, so it's equal as a coin flip. All right, I have an idea. If this backfires, it's going to be very unfortunate. I am going to go along the Yeah, I'm gonna follow very similar to his path. I'm going along the second.
Okay. Yep.
I'm just gonna go on second for the first 4.
Yep. You step up to the first curse moon.
Mm-hmm.
The light builds and releases. Make charisma
right.
save.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. So you only take 3 damage as the wave breaks across your fairly well set up mind.
Mo, I
You're-
think we're being shit talked.
So, question: did the wave build at like still on the?
On the crystal. Yeah.
Okay.
Cook looks up kind of surprised when he notices it, but he apparently wasn't affected standing right next to it. So
How far is it from the last tiles of the crystal?
pretty close. It's only like another 10 feet.
I'm thinking about trying to cheat magic.
Well, keep in mind you're only on 20 feet in the room. There's still 40 feet more to go.
Yep. Got a good damage on that next one. If I fuck up, I'm out.
Yeah.
You
I'm
know
going
what?
to say this can't kill you outright. So it
Sure.
can only knock you out.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Mostly because it's not designed to kill you.
Yeah, let's just continue down the 2 path. Cause fuck it.
Yep. You've walked down the next 4 tiles, and this time it builds up, and then is squashed by the gray.
All right, now we're gonna go to the 3 tile, like the 3 path. So I'm diagonally walk to the upright and then just up straight and just see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. You walk along the. Like, are you stepping on? You're not stepping onto the next curse tile next to you. You're stepping forward.
No, I'm doing it like this.
Yeah.
And then,
Okay. Yep. So you step onto the tile. It glows with its own moon's light, and you walk to the end. And once again, the power generates just like it had before to a great crescendo before being squashed down by the gray light.
Okay, so I think I might understand it. Of course, this could literally just be luck. But I think the way it works is, so say the first, only 2 of these, 2 out of the 4 are actually going to hit you on each one, and I think it's just odds or evens. Of course, that could literally just be I got lucky. So, 1 is not a great sample size.
I will shout out to you while you're on there.
If you get to the end, make sure to stop, because they all stay lit as long as you're on the path, it seemed. We might all be able to come across safely.
So yeah, I guess I'm just standing on the 4th or the 3rd cursed moon. I'll just stay there.
Okay.
Is that the last tile, and are they all staying lit?
All the ones he stepped on, yeah.
I will follow that exact path.
All right. The moment you step on the first tile, all of them turn that bright, brilliant green.
I would like to fuck
Christmas
get out of there.
You're still making a charisma save. It builds and blasts immediately. So
This is gonna fucking hurt, isn't it? Oh, that's actually
that's not a bad roll.
That is.
+0.
Yeah, you were not expecting it, so. Oof.
I felt it
Very, very minor
like,
wave, though.
Hey,
So,
Dash,
you take 2. The Echo takes.
Pog. I'm then going to step off and just.
And all the tiles
Shrug.
go out except the ones near Oyeko who start glowing that angry green.
I will
Instead
step
of-
off of them.
Instead of
And
starting
back.
to take that short rest, I'm going to start to take that long rest. Roll out my bedroll.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna,
So
like,
you guys,
start
you're
to
standing
look
down the
back
end
at
with
this
Cook, who's just kind of looking at the gem, which now that you're close enough to it, actually looks more like an amulet. It's a big amulet, but an amulet nonetheless.
Does
He's
it
just
appear to be like attached?
looking at it. It looks like it is anchored somehow, though without picking it up, it'd be hard to tell exactly how.
I'm like poking at it with a sword, trying to like not trying to like damage or anything, just trying to like shift it around.
Yep. It doesn't seem to shift. Like at all.
Possibility of getting brain blasted. Possibility of ending this puzzle.
Hmm.
Yeah. Oyeko, are you going to step back?
I did step back already. I said that. I stepped off of the tiles because you said they were glowing angrily, and
Yep.
yeah,
I just
it's
making
not like
sure.
that.
So
Also, man, you really went from great rolls to shit rolls at the very end there, huh? In terms of his damage rolls.
No, so every time he's rolled damage for me, it's just been like Lumpy. It's like 23.
I was looking at that. I was looking at that 5 over there, and I was like,
seven,
looks pretty good.
3d8. Best I can do is 5.
Yeah, Lumpy gets 3d8, 23. I get 3d8, 5.
Yep. I mean, it's random. That's the way dice are. So
No.
Lumpy's
I make
insulted.
my charisma check somehow with a +0.
I know. I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
But,
This isn't Z anymore, bitch.
Fucking apologist. Telling me dice are random.
Apologist.
Yep. I mean, Cook is just kind of he's pulled out a dagger and seems to be thinking about just trying to pry it off, but he's a little hesitant after watching.
Do you have any way to?
What were you asking? You have any way to do it
To heal?
for the veil? He just shakes his head.
No basic medicine.
I mean, I have basic medicine, but it's only enough to bring someone to stabilization, not to, well, injuries healed. So time does.
Yeah, that'll work. And I'm just going to try and pry it off with my sword.
Yeah, he's still looking confused for the first like few seconds, and then you just slip the sword under, and it goes and makes a light pop sound as it comes off of the stone like holder that it was on, and all of the tiles stop glowing.
Does he have that like quarter second of just heart attack face?
Pretty much, yes. He was like still considering what you said, and then all of a sudden noticed the thing popped off and went, "Oh shit!" And then noticed nothing happened other than the
Good
thing.
enough and was like, "What do you mean good enough? Oh no!"
Yep. So now you're holding a brilliant green amulet of some sort in the shape of a moon.
Brilliant.
I will
Green
walk across the room, I guess.
Yeah. You walk across. The tiles don't light up again.
I will see that Jake or Oye has walked across and follow.
All right. Yeah. You guys
Sad
cross.
that I just watched people get blasted, and it was like, I'm done with this shit.
Yep. So Mio and the
Alright.
Veils, of course, follow after.
Into the backpack it goes.
All right.
Huh.
What about Johnny? Breaking camp now that the
Hey,
Yeah.
where's the Vanguard?
Packing up his bedroll. Vanguard
No,
has
I'm
one
just-
hit point, fellas.
I'm just gonna preemptively second wind.
I mean, do you guys want to take another short break if you have any hit die left?
Oh, I'm taking the second wind regardless. It refreshes on a short rest.
That's a good reason to use it then.
Ooh, I
Hey,
feel
Johnny,
great.
still have a hit die. So you can, your second one's used.
Yeah, so I use the second wind now, and if we take a short rest, it'll come back. Oh,
Yeah, so you guys again just take another 5-minute breather. It's all psychic damage, so You could resurrect
Well, hold on. We could just keep taking a short rest, and I could just keep using second winds. No, even though I don't have hit dice to reroll.
You need hit dice for that to come back. Otherwise, a short rest doesn't do anything.
No, but can I take a second wind and then a short rest to refresh the second wind, and then take a second wind?
I mean, if you still have
Jeez, this
second
is-
wind, yeah.
Well, no, second wind refreshes on short and long rest is what he's saying.
Yeah, but didn't you use it while you were in the puzzle?
Yes. Yeah, but now that I've taken a short rest, I have my second wind again.
Then yeah, you can use your second wind again.
But then can we take a short rest?
I mean, you can, but if you use your hit die here, then it won't do
Well,
anything.
I'm not going to use my hit die during another short rest. I'm
So I
taking
think
a
what he's
short
saying
rest
is
to
if you don't
refresh
have
my
any,
second wind.
if you don't have any hit dice left, the short rest doesn't refresh anything.
Oh, okay.
Incidentally, I'm not going to use my hit die because I'm only missing
Okay,
3 hit
if
points.
you don't use hit die, at least in this case, you don't get you don't get the benefit.
All right. Well, I'm still going to roll my second wind because I'm going to need that health.
Fuck it. I want full health. Give me full health.
I'm not getting a full
I
health,
was
but
but I can't afford to play around.
Nice. 3 big ones. That's exactly what I was missing.
So, yep. You guys all rest up.
yeah.
Onward.
By the way, the rest is not very restful, mostly because Mio is badgering at least Gafe about what exactly she did for the whole 5 minutes.
Please, I already have a headache.
She doesn't
Can
care.
you just ask me later?
So, yeah, you can answer her or not. It's up to you. So, it's just the way she is. Yeah, you guys are faced with the door on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
It's a big metal
Onward.
door in this case that has no handle and a small circular indent. About the size of the amulet, in fact.
Wow. Insert amulet.
Yep.
Insert amber lamps.
You insert the amulet, and unsurprisingly, the door opens. Unfortunately, it opens by breaking the amulet in two. But
Yeah, that's...
yeah.
And I have 2 pieces of amulet. Idiot.
Yeah, one of the amulet pieces continues glowing the bright green, the other piece starts glowing with the dull gray. But the door opens either way.
2
So,
pieces. 1.
you yank him out of the door after?
was
I
just
rate
like,
myself an
I
18.
wonder what this
Yeah.
green button does.
Okay, I'll sort of nod and just go.
Yeah,
I will
Johnny.
take point.
Johnny's I think bloodied.
I'm
Hmm?
just barely not bloodied. 17 is my bloodied, and I'm at 18.
All right. So,
But
It's a
I
step
look
above
I have
But
He's not
tremendous.
bloody. He just has a migraine.
I have really big bags under my eyes, and my nose and ears aren't bleeding, but there's dried blood on them, and around my lips,
Oyeko will take point.
and under my fingernails,
Why is that under your fingernails?
because I clenched my fist so hard, my fingernails bit into my palms. That's how I'm describing taking psychic damage.
Mhm.
That's fine. So,
And my back hurts.
Yeah.
That's
just-
not from the psychic damage. It's just,
Pre-existing
Nope, there
condition.
That's a slow and painful death.
back pain. The silent killer.
Yeah, it really is. Back pain, the silent killer, but unironically.
Yeah, I mean, if the door's open, I will.
yep, it leads down a hallway where there
I
is
have
a
I would have
similarly-
relit my torch.
All right. Yeah, this hallway actually is already lit with
Oh.
blue colored torches.
I'll
and
still keep
down
my
the other
torch lit.
end, yeah, there is a bright green light that reminds you a hell of a lot of the sickly light of the moon.
Hmm.
This was just
So-
supposed to be hunting goblins.
Unfortunately, goblins don't really understand magic in my experience, so they seek it where they can.
Well, sometimes they get pretty well. One of them blasted the shit out of me with magic missiles. Absolute bastard. But
So,
he got worse to him.
yep. You guys move down the passageway.
Mhm.
Are you trying to be sneaky or just moving forward?
I'm just moving forward. Got the
We
torch lit.
given up on that, but at this point,
We'll just
So-
run a few shots through it.
yeah, blast off a couple of blanks.
Yep.
I've
So
got
you
my
guys
notebook.
step down the hallway and
Taking my
find
drummer's kit, start drumming a marching tune.
a, guess, I mean, it's a circle, so it's really radius, but 60-foot diameter room. And in the center of it is some sort of glowing green, like crystal or something. It's shaped like a crystal, but it's coming up through the floor from the looks of it. And standing next to it is a cloaked figure. And standing around him is a bunch of other cloaked figures.
I'd like to use Slayer's Prey on the one of them.
In fact, they seem to be the 16 or so cloaked figures that you sensed when you were walking in with the tracks.
I'd like to use Slayer's Prey on one of them.
I would assume that they've noticed us.
Yeah, no, they've noticed you. There is no sneaking into
You guys
this.
trying to be stealthy? No. Hey, you think they noticed us?
I say I assumed they noticed us. Maybe they're really dumb and deaf. They're all deaf and blind.
In addition,
then they-
there are a couple of people that are lying on the ground, kind of around the crystal. These ones don't seem to be wearing robes. They're just more normally dressed tunics.
Are they alive?
Either they are unconscious or they are dead, but there's no blood on them.
They're lying down in some way.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it.
I'll kind of call out.
I don't know what you're doing, but I'd suggest you stop.
The man in the robe, which you guys at least recognize as the person upstairs, especially after he starts speaking,
Mhm.
just kind of opens his hands. More have come to be welcomed into the fold. Or
Prepare to be unfolded.
you see his hand all of a sudden start glowing with that sickly green light. Have you come to destroy?
I'd like to
Yeah,
Slayer's
that's in the
Prey
group.
that guy specifically.
Not necessarily. You're
Just
under
like-
arrest.
Have to specifically be your target, or is it just like Hunter's Mark?
You designate one foe.
Okay.
One
I was
creature you can see within 60 feet.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was connected to your hunter or your the humanoids. Your favorite enemies, regardless. Okay. Yeah, you can.
No,
you
that,
can
no that's just bonus.
Yeah. So the rest of the people in the room all draw weapons.
All right. Showtime, boys.
All right. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Is there an initiative button on our character sheet yet, or have we not found that one?
I'm still looking for it. I wonder what happens if you just clicking dexterity doesn't do it.
I did that exact same thing just now.
I do that.
Hey. And despite the exact same way I did the last one.
I'm just gonna roll
Damn
dexterity.
it, Ray.
Easier. Boop.
Yeah.
5. I'm great at these, I promise.
Although, since you asked about whether or not that was tied to my favorite enemies. Does this guy appear to be human or goblin? I assume not goblin.
He's definitely not a goblin. If he's human, it's very, very hard to tell. His features are a little hard to see in the light because, once again, the sickly green light, well, it very well lights up the room. It's
Kind
you're
of
trying
washes
to
everything
see.
out.
Yeah, you're trying to see still in like heavy shadows. So he might be a human, but his features, at least
Alright.
you can see, are a little sharper than what you'd assume in a human.
Human or not, that's 2 extra damage. I already do plenty.
All right.
Damage race time. See, what maneuver would be funny here?
I'm just gonna have both veils move on the same turn. So,
That's fair.
what did you guys roll again? I can look.
I got a 5.
Oh,
I got
Ooh.
15.
I got an 8.
My dex is lower than Payton's.
You are correct.
what is yours, Peyton?
15. My dex is 16.
Okay. So it should. Yeah, it does it that automatically. Very nice. All right.
They're doing it. They're really out here.
All right.
All right, I need some kill music.
That's my battle music.
And I said
You guys-
kill music, and for some reason, the first thing I almost went to was Reigns of Castamere. It's like, doesn't really.
Don't.
Like, that's more
No.
of after the kill.
How dangerous do you think this fight is gonna be? Not that I was asking the party. It varies based. I'll play different music, you know.
I mean, there's
Brothers in
16.
arms.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. The veils are pretty good at their jobs, though. They are pretty tough. They're pretty accurate. So we'll see if they're actually as useful as I hope. 'Cause they might roll poorly. You never know. So
That's true.
Sorry, worst case scenario, we got Mio.
Yep. Mio can tell the story of how we all died like bitches.
Somehow, I like how in this scenario Mio somehow survives this.
Yeah, she'd run away.
she's actually good at running away.
She fucking better be.
We'll split the goblins group into 2 because that is a lot of people to go at once. Okay.
One thing I like about Roll20 is if you have a very simple room, it's easy to do that in Roll20 because you just slap them on a blank sheet and draw a big circle and say, that's the room.
I mean, I can do that here, but
I mean, we don't have to.
yeah. It's just getting everything set up, considering getting the squares and whatnot to get a 60-foot room would take a minute. So
I've been running a small Roll20 thing for some IRL friends of mine. And so at some point, Mitchell, I want to pick your brain for tips and tricks.
Okay, fuck you too, asshole.
I think of Mitchell, I think of like the Mega DM
you're
who's been
right.
doing it for like
Mega
eons.
I'm offended.
Mitchell's
It's
been
a
doing
voice.
it for eons.
If they start surviving, just hit me up.
All right, I'll let you know.
I'll link you the Monster Hunter Monster Manual and Atrox and Nautilus.
They're level 2.
Yeah, then they'll definitely die to them.
Perfect.
All right. So
Huh?
let me
What
just
the fuck was that?
You guys also got that random pop up?
Yeah, I lack permission to edit my own items.
Yeah,
Damn.
Don't try.
Quote the game. You can't edit you. What the fuck?
Don't try it.
good.
Don't try.
I'll just put them over here. All right. So the goblins are split into 2 different groups. So we'll have first group of goblins go now because they rolled an 18, which is actually remarkably good. And they actually all notice the veils, and they're going to shoot them. So they're going to have
I have an important question.
Sure.
Among the people we are with, who is within 5 feet of me?
Johnny the Vanguard.
If you're up front, then most likely Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Cook is probably next to you because he's
Okay.
also up front with you. The 2 veils, I guess, would be behind, but they're not being targeted. So, yeah, they're all firing for those.
I'm usually directly behind the front
They're just
line here.
basic. They're basic gobos. So
Yep.
Eh,
Yeah, they're just firing.
I'll
their-
give one of them disadvantage.
Okay, I'll just roll that one first then.
Fuck that goblin specifically.
Oof.
Wow.
Still a pretty good roll. Luckily for you, Cook is actually well armored and is fairly dexterous. So, yeah, no, that just misses entirely. And then we'll just do the other 4. Yeah, that arrow doesn't even make it out of his freaking thing too far. All right, so in all, one of the arrows gets anywhere near to connecting. As is, I'm sure not surprising, it does end up missing in the end, though.
Mhm.
So that is the first round of gobos. So, Give.
Oh,
Congratulations, you're next.
hold on. I'm going to shoot Big Man.
All right, go ahead.
Dun.
Oof.
Oh,
Yeah.
how unfortunate for
Good
you.
start.
So, damage race. So we have that, and then I get my 2d6 from the target from earlier. And now I'm also going to use a maneuver. Let's do menacing. That seems pretty fitting here.
Are you about to JFK this guy?
So that does 2d8 more. Yeah, that's what I got.
That almost could one-shot me from full.
That would one-shot me.
That's what, 32 damage? Jesus.
And he has to make a wisdom save.
Yeah. All right.
Or
let's see.
be afraid. It's DC 13.
Let's see then. All right. Nah, he's not afraid. However, he is incredibly injured.
How's his tank looking?
Damage race.
What tank?
Do I just interesting. Can I get some bravery back for that?
Yes, you get bravery back for that.
First try to come, I just shoot him in the face.
Yep. I mean, it would have been a shot through the face. He ducks like right at the last second, and you still get nearly a good. Like his head nearly gets taken off anyhow.
A shot through the skull.
Yeah.
Superficial, flesh wound.
Yeah.
Just
I
needless
just torn off
chunks of
half of his
skull.
scalp rather than most of his skull.
It's fucking Two-Face over here.
If he survives this, yeah, he would be. I have a feeling that's not going to happen, though.
I'm assuming I do not get the 2 I get from humans and goblins.
No, he's not a human or goblin, so
Man, if only it was. That would have been even more funny.
you would have one-shot him in that case. So, Mo,
Christ.
I guess I'll shoot at him. This seems.
all right, go ahead.
Yeah. Attack. I'm not nearly as good at
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
this.
You don't say.
And that's the end
Yep.
of my turn.
Yeah, he just steps out of the way of the arrow as it comes sailing by. All right.
Surprisingly aware of his surroundings. Good on him.
Look at me. That's what we call a damage race.
Hell yeah.
So the front series of goblins are going to, well, 4 of them are going to draw scimitars and charge forward. So they're going to be launching attacks against Oyeko and against Cook, 2 each.
Whoa.
And you're not up front yet. So the last guy is going to stand back, point a finger at Oyeko as well, and call magic forth. In this case, it's going to require you make a dex save.
What an asshole.
Yeah, dude, that's somebody stop him.
I don't know
Ooh.
if I've rolled above a 5 this session.
I know, jeez.
Yeah,
Oh.
you definitely have a Johnny Vanguard first session.
That's not true, actually. I rolled above a 5 on my second wind.
Ooh,
Doesn't do much, though.
But the damage rolls against me have been
damn.
not great, to say the
Yeah,
least.
no. I'm just borrowing the Cult Fanatic. It is Secret Flame, though, regardless.
You've been failing all the saves, but man, have they not been saves over much.
Mm-hmm. All right. The two goblins will swing with the first against you.
I can't see what those are, but if it's a 16 or higher that
Wow.
hits.
I need to flip it back. Yeah, they're not. They're going to swing at Cook. And yeah, like before, the goblins just can't touch him. So that is all of the gobos. And now it is the remaining cultists. And the remaining cultists are not stupid enough to run into combat with you guys. So one of them is going to walk over to his leader and with the glowing green touch him. Another one is
Damn.
going to just kind of step in front of him.
You think I won't slip one between your legs and blow his kneecaps off?
How far away
Think I
is
won't
he?
put one through you and into him?
Okay. All right. As for the other four, two of them are going to draw crossbows, just normal crossbows. The other two are going to draw their long swords. So the two crossbow guys are going to fire at Yeko as well.
Okay, jackasses.
These guys don't even have. All right. I need to grab the weapon. Actually, wait a minute. You can just drag weapons into the thing, right? You can. Good. That's much easier than putting in all of the detail. All right. 1 and 2.
I can't see him, but if it's a 16 or higher, it hits.
And they're both 16 or higher. Unfortunate. They're actually a 17 and a 16.
Ah!
So,
Oh man, you had a parry.
all right. So just normal hits. Well, at least they're freaking consistent. So the other two are just going to stay 10 feet behind the goblins. So they're going to move up, but they're not going to advance all the way. All right. Johnny, it's your turn.
I'm gonna charge into the melee and try and take as much aggro as possible.
All right. Are you swinging at the goblins then?
Yeah, I'm gonna move up in front of Oyeko and Cook by a good amount and start hacking at the goblins that are slashing at Oyeko.
Are you pushing one of them out of the way? Because unfortunately, the goblins are right in front of them currently.
Fuck yeah! I want to bowl into him like a bull. Bull rush one of them out the way and try and slash the other. And if I have to action surge to do that, I will.
Sure. Yeah, you will have to action surge because it is a.
How
It
do I
is
bull
action.
rush in this?
It's going to be athletics against either their acrobatics or, if they want to stay in their place, athletics. So they will attempt to not get pushed back because they're brave little goblins in this case. even if they're not trying very hard at what they're doing. You just freaking bull rush him out of the way.
And then I'll slash the one that remains in front of Oyeko.
All right, go ahead and take a slash. Unfortunately, he's able to jump out of the way of your blade.
I'll growl at him. Grr.
Well, I'd be afraid.
Grr. It's me, Johnny Vanguard. Grr.
It's me, Johnny Vanguard, telling
Johnny
you that you should
Vanguard.
be afraid.
You should be afraid.
You should be afraid because I'm a big man and I'll kick your ass.
My
Why are you
words to
laughing?
all those who are in the fold is prepare to get unfolded.
Johnny, I don't think that's as threatening as you think it is.
It's absolutely cool.
No.
When do I get to make death saves?
When you start dying. Let me pull up.
Can I
Mitchel.
start making death saves now? And if I get a 20, I get an extra health. It's only fair.
But if I don't roll a 20, I fall unconscious.
Wait a minute, he wouldn't be.
Stop saying I'm eating. I'm trying my best.
So, yep. Cook is going to go ahead and draw out a rapier as he's in melee and can't really fire his crossbow as easily, and attempt to stab one of the goblins in front of him.
Shank rush, shank rush.
Actually, just thinking about it, I need to add. That's feats.
I'm gonna make him proficient.
Yeah, I need to remember to do that. 'Cause it doesn't automatically
Don't want to
do
pull
it.
a Johnny Vanguard over here.
What's this sharp thing?
I will hit them with the non-sharpened part. It's a bludgeoning weapon, like a club.
Dull blades hurt more.
It's some kind of strange cross. I will hit them with the top of the cross.
I can use it like this as a piercing weapon. They'll never see it coming.
It's a kind of postmodern axe.
Why is it that every time I hit them, it hurts my hand? This was a poorly designed weapon. Who made
All right.
Designed
He's
by
got two
some
attacks.
pacifist
He
trying to
does.
make a point.
And he skewers one of the goblins to the first one. Swings the second, but unfortunately is able to get out of his way. Yeah, no, Cook. He's a captain for a reason. Yeah.
I grab it by the handle, and then I throw it at my enemies.
I sure hope. You know what's gonna happen? That's gonna be really sad. Captain Cook's gonna get his hand chopped off and become Captain Hook.
I'm gonna go get a glass of water. I'll be right
Oh, my,
back.
my dad's dead too. Why don't you call me Captain Dead Dad?
No.
That's my favorite stupid joke.
So the other two behind him are going to fire their crossbows. I think at the humans with the crossbows of their own. Actually, they can do something fancy if they wanted to, because they have the ammo for it.
Shoot the guy who's getting in my way. I want to blow that piece of shit's head off.
Where do I have? Trying to remember where that feat is, or not. Yeah, that's a feat. These guys do have it. Of course, they're Thausian crossbowmen.
It's kind of their whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Yeah, they're going to basically attack twice because they can fire. So they're going to make 4 attacks at that guy in front of the. Well, no, they'll fire a crossbow bolt at the guys with crossbows, and then they'll fire their extra one at the guy standing in front of the cult leader. Right. So, unfortunately, the crossbow ones just miss. Actually, do they miss? I don't think cultists actually have that high in AC. Oh yeah, no. They have a lower AC than I gave them credit for. No, they definitely get shot.
They suck.
All right. So, oh, the 9. Yeah, the 9 hits. The 7's unfortunately a little too far. All right, one of them's injured a little. Not quite enough to kill him though. And against the main guy. All right, well, that's another hit. Once again, not enough to kill him though. So, yeah, they unleash 4 bolts in rapid succession. With a swip, swip, swip.
And that first guy was doing all right. That second guy, though.
Yeah, he's trying.
Questionable.
Carter's trying really hard. All right, Ayeko.
How far away are we from the cultists?
From which set? There are 3.
Where the big guy, where the main guy is.
The main guy is standing by the crystal, which is about 30 feet away. So he's about 35 because he's on the other side.
Is there, if I run 30 feet up towards him, would there be a cultist in slashing distance?
Seeing as there's a cultist 10 feet away and then cultist 20 feet away, yes. You also.
No, but I'm saying I ran the whole 30 feet in this scenario.
Then yeah, there would still be a cultist standing next to him.
I think you're currently being swarmed by goblins, though.
Yeah, Johnny's got that.
You will
Spell-
take a stab on the way past, though.
Of course. Look, casters don't like having a person right up in their face. And Oyeko doesn't particularly like casters. Yeah, I'll run up to that cultist 30 feet away, take an opportunity attack.
All right. The goblin will swing at you. And there is a melee cultist, like, only a little behind the goblins, and you don't have the movement to get around them.
He
So
can
are you
swing at
going
me
to-
too.
All right. So, goblin.
That hit.
Well,
And the cultist, because I'm doubting
Yeah.
the goblin will be able to kill you.
Yeah, I doubt that. That misses.
Yeah, the goblin just, swings and misses. All right. Yeah, the goblin deals 4.
And I will
He
swing
wings
at
you.
the
Yep.
at the cultist that I'm next to.
All right. Yeah, the one guarding him.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, that your blade sings towards him, and at the last second, he screams, "Shield!"
what a fucking nerd.
What a pussy.
Yep, and and like the spell sounds, your blade bounces off of it.
Mhm.
He does still have a crossbow bolt sitting, in his gut from the crossbowman standing behind you,
Mhm.
but
I'll
he
action
apparently
surge.
wasn't going to take the sword. Apparently,
Can I get next to the? No, that'd be the rest of my movement though. Whatever. We'll just swing at him again.
all right, go ahead.
Kick his ass.
It's incredible. I have yet to roll above a 10 this session. I'll second wind.
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, of course, the second swing just bounces off the shield again. All
These
right.
second winds have been good.
Yep. So now it is the cult leader's turn. All right. He is going to peek out from behind his cultist at you, Give, and just
Yeah, that's
kind of
fair.
tell you, stop.
Mm-hmm.
Could you go ahead and make me that? I think it's a wisdom save.
I
Yep,
think that's correct.
that is in fact correct. All
I
right.
like that.
Yeah, like that. So you go. He tells you to hold. You do feel something attempt to stop your limbs, but you're just like, thanks,
He
but
goes,
not
no, I don't think so.
good. All right. I think other than that, he will. How far do you have to? Yeah. After that, he's going to go ahead and point at a spot next to you and call a similar dagger to what you saw in his chest to appear in ghostly green light next to you. And it's going to take a swing at
Wait
you.
a minute. Is the cantrip rune no longer in place this campaign?
In this case, yeah. For
Okay.
this particular guy, yeah. He's a special case because,
All right.
well, where he's standing. If you force him away, he will. He will be he won't be able to do this anymore. And luckily for you, that's still going to be a miss.
Too good.
So that is all for him. So end of the order and back to the top. Which unfortunately for you guys is more goblins. So they're going to continue their shooting at. Well, actually, they can't target. Well, I guess they could, but they're not going to target Oyeko. She's being dealt with most likely. So instead, they're going to target Johnny instead.
Johnny?
So 2 of them are going to shoot at Johnny, and the other 2 are going to shoot at Cook again.
Break your bodies against me.
So I guess Johnny.
Johnny, you'll be the rock that breaks the wave.
Surprising no one. Both arrows just bounce off. And against
Having
Cook.
20 AC is pretty
Oh.
fucking good.
Yeah,
Jesus
no,
Christ.
both of them connect with Cook, though.
My AC is
You got-
20.
You
Yeah,
got
it's
very
they're not
lucky with
targeting
your-
you. They're targeting the other guy.
Pog!
Oof.
Die, Captain Hook.
Cook takes damage, but he's not dead yet. 2 arrows, though, definitely leave their mark. The final guy is going to go ahead and point at. Yeah. He'll point at you, Johnny, and mumble some sort of magic words, and he starts to glow green.
What does that imply?
Implies
Well,
he's
he
firing
can't-
a magic thing at you.
He cast a spell to make his hand turn green. Lumpy, come on, get with the program.
Oh my
No,
god, what
he
an
has
idiot.
three
That's
Haven't
like,
you heard of prestidigitation?
Haven't you heard of green?
Yeah. Fortunately, not used to it, apparently, as the bolt just flies against the wall.
I get hit by 15 force damage.
Hey, they can't all be special and no magic missile. So,
Yeah, that's right.
that is the end of the first goblins. So, Geve, your turn.
Can I still try and take pot shots at big man?
You can, though, if you want to only hit him, then it's going to be a disadvantage.
Disadvantage. If
Are
I
you saying
don't want
the
to
other option is you get a collateral?
Well, the other option is the other cultist basically gives him cover, and that's it.
I mean, yeah, I'll take the cover.
All right, go ahead.
How much cover, actually? Let's ask that.
What is it? I'm going to say half. So,
All right, I think that's a +2,
Yeah.
3.
that
What
sounds
the
right.
fuck was cover again?
Plus-
Half cover is +2,
Alright.
3/4 is +5.
All right, I'm gonna
Yep.
attempt to fucking put one in him again. I'm gonna plug
Alright.
this son of a bitch.
Yep, you just fire right on by as the cultist kind of jumps away from Oyeko's blade.
All right, and then damage, and then damage, and then we'll use a maneuver. I'm hoping this fucking finishes him. Yeah, we'll just do another fucking menacing. God, you're really not fucking helping me out here, Dice.
All right, so
10 damage.
yeah, it's not bad.
It's not great.
Well, he would be terrified if he wasn't unconscious. So,
Damage race.
So here's the thing, though. We have to kill those healers, too.
Yeah.
Why do you
Or
think I
someone needs
bum
to
rushed
go and
past every enemy in
up his neck.
existence?
there's still 2 cultists standing next to him: the guard and the one who healed him.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Because there are
Oh,
6
actually,
cultists. So-
I can use my bonus action. I'll transfer it to one of the other cultists, the guy
I'm
who
gonna get a
killed him, I
glass of
guess.
water really, really quickly. My AC is 16 if you attack me.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Which cultists are you targeting?
The one who healed him.
Okay.
I don't really have any bonus actions to do on my turn, so it really doesn't matter that much. But because I can just do it, I can change it again at the beginning of my next turn. But
Yep.
you know,
That guy hasn't been touched yet as a note, but that is definitely a viable option. All right, Mo, your turn.
you beat the
Okay.
dead.
Quick question. Which of the cultists are in melee with someone?
Currently, none of them, other than Oyeko's, but that's all the way across the room. So close to you, none. Far away, there's 2. But one of them isn't currently attacking Oyeko because it was busy with something else.
Is that the one that's shielded right now?
One of them is the one that's shielded. The other one is the healer.
Okay. But I'm specifically looking for people I can get a sneak attack angle on.
I mean, you can move around pretty easily and stab one of the goblins.
I might with my bow.
I should have allowed you to move, Mo, by the way, or take an action. I forgot about it. You need to remind me.
Actually, you know what? I'll just draw a rapier and stab one of the goblins that's in melee.
I mean, I would say you could probably shoot one of the cultists near Oyeko. With the bow, you can definitely shoot that far. So it's only 30 feet.
Okay. I just wanted I wanted to know if they were in melee so I could sneak attack because that
They
was...
are, yeah. They are in melee with Oyeko. So
I will attempt to shoot.
all right. Shooting the shield guy or the healer guy?
Healer guy.
All right. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, no.
I'm back.
Another myth. Okay, you see it. You witnessed an arrow come sailing past you, aimed most likely for one of the cultists you're in melee with. Hopefully.
Hopefully they're not trying to hit me. I'll just assume they're not.
All right. The melee
And
goblins.
I have my next target in my sight.
The remaining 4. All right. The goblins, one of them is going to continue fighting with Cook. The other 3, including the one that cast his magic, are going to run up and decide that Johnny is big and scary and he needs to not be alive anymore. So let's attack with Cook. Once again, a miss. And they are going to flank you, so they are going to get a little bonus from this.
Johnny, I hardly knew ya.
Nothing. And nothing. Jeez. And then the last guy who doesn't get a flank is just rolling normally. Yep, a lot of banging against armor, but otherwise nothing. Goblins doing their thing. All right.
Is Johnny even here?
I don't know. Is Lumpy here?
I think he said he
Yeah.
was going somewhere, actually.
But
You just said,
can you hear me?
Never
Yeah.
mind.
We can now.
Ah.
All right. The cultists. So they are actually all still up. So the 2 near Oyeko will swing for her. The 2 with swords are going to actually engage at this point. So they are going to. Yeah, sorry, they have scimitars, not longswords. But with longswords, they'd be even worse than they are. So One of them is going to run up to you, Johnny, and just kind of look at you funny. The other one is going to run up to Cook and attempt to swing his scimitar at him. And narrowly miss.
That fucker is
God, is this
dead.
what's like actually being behind the front line?
Yeah. The two crossbows are going to go ahead and fire. Yeah, they'll fire at Johnny. Yeah, I did.
So for a second, I thought you meant our guys with crossbows. I was like, what the fuck, Mitchell?
No, they haven't
The
gone yet.
betrayal is complete.
All right. 19 is still a miss, yes?
Correct. 20 armor
Alright.
class.
Yeah.
God.
Yep. 2 bolts go flying past you. One of them gets pretty close, but pretty close isn't a hit. All right, Johnny, your turn.
Fucking hardest tank I've ever seen, dude.
So one of them just took a slice at Cook, eh?
Yep. Although you are kind of surrounded in goblins at this point.
Well, I'll just start blasting with the longsword. I mean, I don't have actions at this point, so my turn is basically slap. Did it work?
With a negative. No.
Mm.
That one does not connect, unfortunately. It's a good thing
Is
it's made of
anyone-
steel, though.
Yeah, it's also my weapon bond. Magical thingamajig. Is anyone down?
Of you guys? No.
Then
Mitchell,
the
did you mean
cult
to-
main? Yes.
Mitchell,
Oh, I forgot the other 2 cultists.
yeah, do you mean to have them attack me? I just realized that.
I did. I forgot. You weren't here, so I was like putting it aside.
Oh, I was here. I said I'd come back, but
I
maybe you didn't
missed
hear
it.
me.
Yeah.
Well,
I think
that's-
I came back when you were
Right.
asking if Lumpy was back, so that's probably why.
Yeah. All right.
Hmm.
They will move to flank you, so we'll have them swing quick.
Hit.
And the other one. I'm rolling with advantage. It's not advantage. No, the second guy misses. Actually, they both report really poorly, so that is both misses. Because remember, it's not advantage for flanking.
Yeah,
it's
flanking
+2.
ears is +2.
Yep. So, yeah. So they both,
Neato
they both
burrito.
swing and miss.
You
So
do.
nothing happened. That's why I checked.
Dude, we take
Yeah, that's
those. I went from getting
Yeah.
hit twice in one round to somehow getting hit 0 times.
Yeah.
And I didn't even do anything.
Yeah. All right. So Cook is going to attempt to finish off the remaining goblin. And right, I don't have to roll it normally. I can just roll it for his sheet. Because he has his weapon. Stab. Yep, stabs the goblin. Well, let's actually see. Does it kill the goblin? It does. And then he's going to go ahead and stab the cultist. Freaking hell. Yeah. Not. Yeah, no. Those guys haven't taken damage yet, so. Nope, that cultist is still up, though only hanging by a thread. All right. The 2 veils. So. Yep. The 2 veils are going to continue their assault with bolts at the 2 guys in the back. So, first round against. Yep. First round against the 2 crossbowmen cultists. No. First one connects. Actually, no, the second one does. Or the first and the second one connect. And they're both down. And then they're going to aim their second bolt at the shielded guy. And hit, because that shielded guy is no longer shielded. And with 2 crossbow bolts, you're now down 3 cultists.
Today is good day.
All right. Let's see, how are the cultists feeling?
Probably pretty poor.
Boss
This
is
fight is
down.
going so terribly for them.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Nothing
cultists
in this
just
fight's gone
drop
well
their
for them.
weapons, as do the goblins. Yeah, the goblins chitter something about freaking surrender in goblin. The cultists just say it in common.
They're saying they're fighting to the death.
Surrender and you just might live.
Yeah, they
Surrender
have.
and you just might die.
Yep.
War crimes. It isn't
I
a
mean,
war
they-
show, it is a
Don't
war crime.
surrender, it's a certainty.
If they surrender, I'll put my sword away.
I will put my weapons away, but I'm not gonna continue shooting at them or anything.
I'm gonna start walking up to the cultist leader to loot him. I feel very confident after almost blowing his head off.
Yep.
How much health did he have left just for interest's sake after that?
In the first shot, 1.
One?
Yep, 1.
Christ.
The funny thing is, if you didn't actually throw that second that maneuver, you would have left him with 1 in the second shot too.
Worth it.
Again.
Listen,
You
I
don't
had no
just
idea how
enough
much
to
health he
knock him
had. I was like, well, he just got healed, and he was probably at really low before. Let's just throw everything at him again. Damage erase, fuck it.
Yep.
Man. Very satisfying having the first shot almost knock out the ball.
So, what are you doing with the cultists and goblins?
Yeah, this isn't our job.
I have
Listen,
rope.
we're mercenaries.
You're under
We're not the
arrest.
fucking
I will help. Presumably, Cook is going to be tying them up as well. I will help him tie them up.
I'm gonna look at the unconscious / dead people to see if they're unconscious.
I mean, Cook just
/
kind
dead.
of looks around at the people, and you can see a look in his eyes that really seems to scream, "I can just stab them all and be done with it." But whatever that was does end up passing, and he ends up ordering
paperwork.
the
Oh,
2.
paperwork.
Yeah, he orders his 2 veils to get them all kind of clustered over into one of the edges of the room, and keep an eye on them so he can take a look at the main guy. And they do so. So, I mean, you guys can help.
I will
corral
assist
them
them
if
with
you
that.
want. All right. Yeah. So they're just kind of
Mostly
standing like
because
10 feet away, just kind of crossbows trained on them.
mostly because Mo is well. Once I do that, I'll start tying them up as well. Once they're in a big group.
All right. Yep. Yeah. In total, there are 3 cultists and actually, surprisingly, 8 goblins remaining.
Yeah, they went down like
Only 2 of them
pretty
went down, and I believe it was
this
only
was
dealt
actually
by
relatively low in terms of lethality.
Yeah. Cook killed 2 of them, but you guys actually didn't kill any of the goblins because you focused on the main guy. So the people who are stabbed, by the way, are dead. He didn't just leave them down, as did the Veil's crossbow bolts. However, since you did just bring the cult leader down to 0 exactly, he is actually knocked out. I mean, bleeding out
Oh, nice.
slowly,
What's he got
but I mean, he is slowly bleeding out, but he's not immediately killed.
Bonus action. Sorry, not
Bonus
bonus action. Wrong class. Action. Spare the dying. And now
Alright.
I'm gonna take a look at the body, the other people that were laying around that weren't cultists or anything.
Okay. So, yep, the cultist leader is now stabilized. Just to kind of go in order, he has the ritual dagger. He has a small bag of gold coins. It doesn't feel like more than 20. If it's all gold coins. Since I'm guessing you're not looking in it quite yet. You're just kind of fishing through.
No,
It's a bag of coins.
Shoving this in the bag with later.
Yep. He has another of those books on him. And then a amulet that seems to be a smaller variant on the one that opened the door.
All right. Got it? Or is that of note, Morrow?
Yeah, I mean, he has a couple of random crumpled up bits of paper, but they're all in a language you don't understand. So,
All right.
so other than that, yeah, he's doesn't have anything all that interesting. Like he doesn't even have armor; it's just robes.
Hey, Captain, what do I do about this guy?
It just kind of looks at him. I guess if he's alive, we should bring him in.
All right.
Sorry.
Start dragging him over to the rest.
Yep.
Dragging by like the foot.
As for the other people, the other 3 people are, in fact, actually dead.
Okay.
With the
do
telltale
they just-
signs of ritual card cutting. So
Are they like? Do they just look like normal peasants, or?
maybe not peasant. Well, one of them is definitely a peasant, kind
Oh,
of a
thank God.
younger woman. The other 2 seem to be more townspeople. They're a little better dressed.
City peasants.
Pretty much, yeah. One of them is dressed up, kind of an older for humans anyway, probably in his like 40s, maybe early 50s. The other one is a little closer to the woman, being probably around like 20, maybe 25 at the very oldest.
This is a question.
The 2 men, by the way, carry at least belts, but they don't seem to have any of the tools in the belts currently. Most likely they're in a room somewhere.
The most interesting thing in this room, the crystal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. In particular, the crystal, now that you guys can kind of like walk around it and see it, and of
I will
course,
note, by the way, Mitchell, once I finish tying up, I will rejoin everyone in the middle.
yeah, it's going to take a hot minute, but
Yeah,
not
of course.
that long.
I'm just letting
So,
you know.
yeah, especially since only one of the veils is helping.
Assholes.
While the other one is doing other things.
How big is this?
The crystal itself is a pretty large piece. It doesn't quite fill a 5-foot square. It's only about like 3 feet wide. But it's rises up to be taller than you. It's about 4 feet tall. And on the opposite side from where the door was, there seems to be a small inscription in that same language that you guys can't understand. And it is definitely still glowing with that sickly green light that you saw standing next to the guy. Cook just kind of, wanders around and looks at it.
Should we carry this out of here or something?
How heavy is this thing?
I mean, it's set into the floor, so you'd have to figure out how to pull it out first. And Cook points that out.
Darn.
Might just
I
be better
take
to
out
bring
the
in a mining crew and smash it. Don't really want a magic crystal on Thalshan lands.
I want to tap it with my quarterstaff. See, does it feel solid?
Yeah, it feels
Okay.
pretty solid. It doesn't react, by the way, to poking it with a quarterstaff. It just kind of keeps glowing. Yep. You just kind of... They're just all standing around, I guess, at this point. Except the veils. The veils are over with the prisoners.
What are we getting
Well.
paid for this?
Yeah, of course.
No, I asked how much. Not are we? How much are we getting paid for this? Well, of course. Huh?
Yep. You're being paid 50 gold pieces each.
Okay. Well, that's like about worth the amount of bullets I've spent. I think.
Well,
Very ammo efficient weapon.
good job. I suppose we're done.
Take a moment to properly search the room itself.
Okay. They just wandered around poking walls or whatever?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. I guess go ahead and roll and investigate.
Oh shit! Right, I was about to roll perception, and you.
I mean, if you're wandering around poking walls.
My perception rolls are suboptimal. My investigation rolls are more optimal.
All right. Yep, you wander around, and on one of the walls, after about a minute of poking around, you do in fact find that there is a little switch.
Well, we all know what's happening to that switch.
Yep, you yank it. And,
They doesn't even have to say I yank it.
yep. And yeah, the wall slides away, revealing a tunnel.
Oh, you know we're going in.
Yeah, if I notice this, I'll head over that way.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It makes a big, loud stone grinding noise. All right. Are you guys all just headed for the tunnel?
I am.
Well, I'm curious. I want to go at least peek at it.
I fucking might as well.
I mean, to your human eyes, you see 20 feet into dusty stone tunnel.
Yep.
But it keeps
That
going
looks like a tunnel.
beyond that. For those of you with dark vision, you see that the tunnel does go more. However, it does, aka, it goes beyond 60 feet. It starts to slope up around 40 feet away.
I'm walking down it until anything changes.
Yeah, presumably there's just gonna be a ton to the surface.
Could be.
I was gonna ask if anyone would be willing to just attempt to help me yank the stone out of the ground.
What, the scary green one?
Yeah.
Absolutely
Obviously,
not.
You're not obvious.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I use the
Cook
help
also
action?
kind of gingerly offers to also try and help yank the stone out.
All right. I use the patented action.
All right. I'm going to just give you +2 and advantage on this, Lumpy, considering you're definitely stronger than Cook is.
Strength ability check.
Yep.
So with the +2, it's 18.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So you grab the stone, and the moment you, Cook, and Mo's hands touch it, it starts to glow even brighter, kind of reminding you of the amulet that brain blasted you before. Are you going to continue trying to pull?
I look at the other
Same
two.
question for you, Mo, by the way.
I look at the other two and smile, and then definitely keep pulling.
If I notice that it got bright green, I will have stepped inside of the tunnel at this point.
All right.
Yeah.
Yep. It
Get
looks
to a
like,
safe distance.
yeah, Cook looks resigned and continues trying to help you guys. Go ahead and roll just one more. Same bonuses.
I believe in you, Lumpy.
I'm channeling the power.
Accent
Channeling power.
Yeah.
You're channeling the power straight into eating shit.
Yep. You go and try and yank it out, and it catches on something as you try and yank it out of its hole, and it doesn't move anymore. The power definitely keeps gathering, however.
Think it's about as far out as this one can go.
Well, we've already gotten it this far. Come on.
All right.
I'm just going to
bravery.
look at
Fusion ha.
Oyeko and go,
Nice.
do you think
21.
they're going to kill themselves?
With the 21, it pops out.
As a wordless response, I'll just move my arm and push you behind me.
Fair.
And as you pop it out, the color will start to drain. However, rather than just draining out of the air, it is going to attempt to drain into you and Cook. For whatever reason, it decides not to drain into Mo. Hey, Johnny, can you go ahead and roll me a charisma save?
Oh, these are my best ones.
It is a pretty good one. Holy hell. All right. And let's see. How does Cook do? Does not, unfortunately, do as well. So you go and you feel something trying to like burrow into your body. And you go, no, it's mine. Get out. Or
Yeah.
whatever, of course, Johnny does to that extent, and force it back out. Unfortunately, as you force it out, it decides to say, okay, you're too hard. And it rushes into Cook instead.
Johnny's fine with this.
Yep. Oh, I'm sure.
I prepare my rifle. I prepare for another damage race.
Yeah, Cook doubles over as the energy kind of just rips through him. And after a lot of screaming and a lot of kind of rolling around on the floor, he kind of stands up and looks a little different now.
Mm-hmm.
Where is...
I haven't drawn my weapon yet, but it is like a white knuckle grip on it.
You push me behind you, and I use your shoulder as a fucking mount for the gun.
Jesus Christ, say goodbye to one of my ears, I guess. Can't hear out of that shit anymore.
We've been in an enclosed cave, and I don't think you guys are used to hearing gunshots. Your ears are already fucked.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is.
Everyone in here now has tinnitus.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the image. I thought I had it, but apparently I did not. There it is. Okay.
I'm ready to put this man in the ground.
And thing, no, do token, please.
It's him. He's just missing his leg.
No,
peg
it
leg
does look different. I'm just trying to convince it. I forget you can't. You have to set it up differently. So that's what he looks like now.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Has a gray streak. His eyes are a little more milky than they were before.
Hey, Cook, you still cook?
Are you all right?
Just kind of, gets himself up off the floor. Oh, what the... I think I'm all right. What the...
Say something that only Cook would know.
I don't think we know him that
How
well.
would you know what I know?
Now that's something only Cook would say.
Do you feel different at all?
I would like to try an insight to see if he is still all there, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
I am not.
All right. Well, I'll give you this, Joni. He definitely seems off, though that honestly might just be because freaking he just took a massive blast of magical energy.
Mm-hmm.
Geve, you notice something a little more. He's definitely like he's hiding it pretty well. It's probably due to how well, how he's kind of a well-trained soldier trying to hide weakness and whatnot. But that hurt, A. And B, he seems to be looking at something that you aren't seeing.
His eyes are all like milky, right?
Yeah, though it clears up after a bit.
Hey, Cook, how's your eyesight right about now?
He just blinks several times. It wasn't great, but it seems to be fine now.
What were you looking at?
I don't know. I think it was just a hallucination. I still
I'm
saw
gonna
that.
attempt to insight that.
Yeah. He just kind of kicks at the ground near where the cult leader was laying. It looked like the cult leader there for a moment, but he's over there. And of course, down.
Oh, I think
Did
he's
it
probably
say
telling the truth, but I'm
anything?
trying to insight it anyway. Yeah,
He did, but I couldn't understand it.
Do you feel any different?
He just kind of looks over his arms and whatnot. I feel like I have a burn mark somewhere, which I'm guessing is a bad sign.
Your
He just
hair as
kind of
well.
taps one of his forearms. It's still covered in a greave, but or not a greave, I'm trying to think of the forearm. Yeah, vambrace. Yeah, he'll go and pull, kind of unwrap it, and there, blazoned on his skin, is a mark of the cursed moon. Ah,
If I
fucking course.
Oheka will visibly recoil at that.
I was hoping it was not that.
How
I'm sorry.
how strict are the laws about that in this area?
Let's just say exile is a nice way to put it.
I'm going to
vambrace on then, yeah.
I mean, the two veils are kind of like sitting there watching him, though Baron definitely looks conflicted. Carter does not. Carter looks goddamn excited.
bad way.
Carter looks excited, frankly.
Is it
And
excited,
perhaps
like,
a little
oh man, I'm gonna
greedy.
get a big bounty for this, or like, oh,
promotion.
Promotion.
Definitely, yeah, he's certainly seems to be thinking something along the lines of promotion.
What an asshole.
I am going to keep my weapon ready.
How about we cut that arm off?
I don't think that solves it.
Unfortunately, no. As far as I've heard,
I mean,
it doesn't. All it will
you
leave
got
me
two
is
witnesses
one-armed, and it's kind of hard to fire a crossbow one-armed.
And you've also got two witnesses there, a number of cultists who are also witnesses. We're all technically witnesses, and your hair has changed.
Cook,
Hair's
I hate
another
to say
word.
this. I hate to say this, but I think you're gonna have to move.
Yeah.
He just kind of grins. It's more of a grimace than a grin, but he's at least trying to have some of a smile in there.
I know a nice place in
I think I do.
I can take your letter of recommendation.
Maybe. It'd be good to have my mind taken off of it for a bit. Though, I don't think the colony is all that forgiving about this all that much either, from what I've heard.
It's more of teaching you how to use it. As long as you aren't a harm to others or yourself, then you'll be fine. Will you be a harm to others or yourself?
I don't think so.
Should be fine then.
Do you want a souvenir?
Well,
I'll kick the crystal.
I'd rather it be chunks scattered across this chamber, but I suppose I can bring it outside to have it be smashed. The crystal, by the way, at this point is no longer glowing. It's just kind of a dull green.
Well, should we finish the mission and figure out what to do with the? I'm just gonna look very pointedly at the arm situation.
Yes, I'll stay here and help them keep these ones in some case of order. Go see where that tunnel leads. Hopefully it's outside. And hopefully that damned moon is down.
All right.
And he just kind of turns away, starts strapping the vambrace back on.
Start to.
You don't
down.
see, of course, the look, but he definitely turns his head towards Carter, and the look of greed vanishes, and a look of some amount of fear replaces it.
The
He turns
tacit
back.
understanding.
Yep. He spins around and pointedly looks at the prisoners, hefting the crossbow.
Man, you prisoners are real screwed.
Yeah. Baron just kind of watches him walk over, just kind of shakes his head. And they just kind of discuss something quietly. So,
Hey, I'm willing to have an unfortunate friendly fire incident.
I will head towards the tunnel.
The guns
Leo, by the
rifling
way,
sometimes.
while you guys are just kind of walking over to the tunnel, is leaning against the tunnel side, like the side of the tunnel entrance, scribbling furiously. Man, that was amazing. I didn't think magic could do that. And such a
That
drama,
was
so much
Far
tragedy.
far from
It's
amazing.
great.
It's nothing close to it. I'll point
What?
to them and just go, it's ruining his life.
Of course, it's a tragedy. All
That
great
is a-
heroes and villains need to suffer one.
That is a real person.
If you contribute to ruining his life, then I'll be committing many felonies against you.
What is a felony?
Do you not have felonies here?
In Altus, they do. Not in Arathia, though.
So a felony, the idea is that it's like a crime, but you have you have a few levels, and a felony is very bad stuff, such as killing someone.
Yeah. By
And
the
I
way,
will
Mio
look
does
very
look at you,
pointedly.
Oyeko, with just kind of a hurt look. Oh, as you know, I told you, I don't do any of the things. I just write it down.
Regardless, you're writing down with unbridled joy at a man's life getting ripped from him.
I did introduce myself saying that if you died, it would be a very interesting thing. It is simply my way to write what happens.
I think death might be better than that.
Maybe. I guess we'll see. It would be a very short tale, though.
Hey, cook.
He just kind of turns away from his conversation.
Since you may find yourself leaving Thaltus,
Wanna join the
why
party?
not join up with us?
Just kind of looks you up and down, and a grimace covers his face.
With every
I
end,
think
there's a
I'll
new
take
beginning.
I think I'll take my chances traveling alone. Thanks for the offer, though.
As you wish. Every end has a new beginning. Have you heard the word of valence?
I've
We're
heard it.
cool.
I'm not
We're
a fan.
cool.
I'm going to grab Johnny's shoulder and just try to turn him around.
I do that.
Just
I-
let him have some time. As I've mentioned, his life
Oh.
is being turned around a lot right now.
Absolutely. And in that moment, he's got all the time in the world. He can make anything of himself. Rebirth is a beautiful thing.
Oyeko just look at you really like,
entirely baffled by this conversation.
yeah, so does Oyeko, and she'll just like stop talking, I guess.
Oh, the life he knew is ending, and a new life begins.
You know, you're really like good at fighting, but maybe stick to that and not the philosophy.
Okay?
Sorry about that.
Okay, all right, I guess.
Hey, whatever you say, bitch. Never
All right.
speak to me again.
So before you guys leave, you do see Mo walk over and just kick the crystal once. Just kind of spins a little bit, but otherwise doesn't do anything.
Breaks Mo's toe.
Surprisingly not. So,
It is surprising.
mhm.
Actually, it's not that surprising because I barely have enough strength to muster a kick.
Yep.
Eh.
So, just because we're almost at 12, and I do unfortunately need to get off for tonight, I'm just going to skip you guys through. You guys
Yep.
travel up the secret tunnel. You find out that apparently this was the back tunnel, and you find the other
Oh.
party kind of down a pit. Not some of them, all of them.
Are they
Are you
okay?
guys alive?
I mean, the Sanguine Elf looks like he's unconscious, but otherwise they all look like they're doing all right.
Oh, fucking
I'll-
rough.
I'll throw
toss
him,
a rope down.
I'll throw him a quick healing word.
All right. Yeah, that's enough to get him upright again.
Get up.
Rope
So-
healing words. I throw it in a shovel. dig your way out, idiots.
Is it dirt or stone?
It's stone. It's
Okay.
like the pit you guys passed. But
The
yeah,
pit
you
that we
guys-
just went past with no issue. That one.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little wider and a little deeper, but yeah, no, it's similar in its design. Besides, of course, there's no spikes at the bottom.
Yeah, get them out of the fucking pit, the idiots.
Yep, you dig them up, and they do tell you that this was another entrance. It was significantly better guarded than they first thought.
How many
There was only
were
a
there?
hobgoblin and a couple of goblins out front. There were a few more inside and behind them, and everywhere else.
Well, you
They
must have had to
survived.
kill
They were
the
chased into the pit and then ditched. So
Yeah, chasing the pit and the motherfuckers just like, yeah, they'll get over it down there. This problem will sort itself out with time.
well, the goblins went around the pit from the sounds of things and traveled onward down the passageway to wherever it ends, they'd assume. So, yep. And of course, they couldn't get back out because the sorcerer was knocked out and the cleric had ran out of magic. So, along with, of course, the paladin.
Yeah, once again, fucking Cassius unable to do shit.
Yep. So,
It's true. Magic is worthless at the end of the day.
Checks out.
yeah, you guys can easily jump over the pit and head back out. And indeed, you guys find the way out. It's leads through another passageway, very similar to the one you guys entered originally. Though this one seems to have a few more of those side tunnels than the one you entered from.
Hmm.
But you do end up making it back outside. And unlike what Cook was saying before when he met up with you guys, there only is soft purple light rather than the harsh green. As the night is mostly past. It only has a few more hours before daylight. And so, are you guys going to travel back to town? Get your payment?
Oh, I thought we were gonna help like get all the prisoners out. We're just double checking that this was in fact another exit.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of skipping you guys. You guys, I'm guessing, do that already. So there
yeah,
is no,
sure. We can.
yeah, there
after
aren't
this, I don't
any
think we have
unfortunate problems with that particular thing. So you guys are able to get everyone out and head back to town. So we will pick up next time in town.
Great.
any- Nice.
Cool. All right, I'll bite
Good
the
session.
bullet and be the one to ask. Level 4? Huh?
No, not yet.
This campaign is horseshit.
I'll be spoiled by mine.
All good, all good.
We've
I'm
had
just gonna
like,
click
campaign,
the. Oh
we've had
yeah,
like 14
I'll have a
sessions,
great
and you're like
time.
level 9, level 1.
I'm clicking the long rest button. If
Yeah,
you don't mind.
you guys will have rested at that point.
Boop.
Oh, you only regain 1 hit die on a long rest.
No. Well, you're supposed to recover half, but I think it half rounded down. So
Mm.
If you used all, yeah, if you have 3, then that would be.
Oh, I used them all. Yeah.
I also used all mine.
I also used all mine.
That was fun.
Maybe we want to take a day as a breather.
I started this getting my shit reamed, and then at the once we were inside, it was smooth sailing.
Oh, I didn't need to use my last hit die when I did. I just did for kicks.
I used
Man.
one and then didn't take damage.
Man, being a fucking person, specifically a ranger who actually does damage is hype.
Don't get used to it.
Oh, I'm already used to it.
Oh, no.
Damage race.
See, what I've learned is that everyone's character does something here. Lumpy sits in the front and tanks everything. Payton sits in the back and deals a bunch of damage. Theo heals people. And I run in and get my ass beat and miss all my attacks. That's what I've learned.
Hell yeah.
That's not entirely true. In the first combat, I did that. Except I was
That's
hitting
fair.
all my attacks. I just ran in and got my ass beat for no reason. Like a true hero.
God, I rolled so fucking bad this session. What
Yeah,
the hell
no.
was that?
You rolled very poorly. I was rolling nuts.
I am not sure if I rolled a number above a 10. It was ugly.
Sorry, I
With a
basically had to
single
give
attack.
you guys the answer to that puzzle, by the way.
No, we were
I
having
was like,
straight.
I think I've given you guys enough time, and Cook is tired of waiting.
Yeah.
So he's just gonna freaking say, frick it. And Lumpy set him up beautifully for it. He was like, you think you're so good? You do it. He's like, fine, I'll do it.
I'm going to be entirely honest. Part of me was just like, you know what? I normally am doing the puzzles. I don't really want to do it today. And then he did it. I was like, fucking NPC's doing it. Might as well. I was like, well, he said it's like a 50-50, right? Well, it's probably like this because they're side by side.
Yeah, it was exactly how that works. Is every 4 steps, it rolls the die and chooses whether or not it's the dull moon or the cursed moon. By the way, if you're already cursed, you're not affected by it anyway.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
I figured.
Yeah.
Imagine
So,
actually
I was
having magic,
genuinely considering making a mad dash, but
yeah.
I
And by
entertained
the
that
way,
thought for like
jumping or
seconds, and I
any
was like,
skipping, by the way,
terribly.
immediately fails you and just continues blasting you if you try and keep going.
yeah.
It's like, no, it's not how it works. Back off. Do it right.
Fuck back.
All right. Unfortunately, I have to go. But
Yep.
All
I'm gonna
right.
end the recording.
thanks for playing.
Good night.
Yep.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
running.
running. I had a lot of fun.
Good.
Don't die.
It was.
Don't die.
Have a good night, fellas. I'm waking up at 6:30, so
Oh, Jesus
I'm
Christ, go to
hitting the
bed.
hay.
Go to bed.